Yeah, buddies, it's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. Gail Bennington is at a wedding today, and you'll hear her tomorrow again back on the show. And I'm Ron Bennington. But sitting in with us today, my first friend in New York City, the first pal that I made, the world famous radio icon, Black Girl Douglas is here, head to toe in black.
Ronnie B.
I met this man 17 years ago, and he looks exactly the same. I believe the same outfit, same hat. No, there's not a crack anywhere on him.
It's the uniform.
You would not know how old Earl is. I don't know how old you are.
I'm getting closer to a big one.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah.
But I don't know which big one. If he told me he was closing in on 40, I believe him. If he said he was closing on 50, I believe him.
No, I tell people my age, and they're like, "No, you're not."
It's the whole black don't crack is 100%. Every once in a while, we have a stereotype that is true, and that one is no one knows how old Earl is. If you could say he's 5,000 years old, and he's here to help.
I will say this: if I grew my hair out, I would look exactly my age. Because the hair's falling.
Grow it out a little bit, though.
No, there's nothing to grow out. That's why I shaved.
You shaved it even before you needed to shave.
Yeah, absolutely. I was kind of doing my Michael Jordan phase.
Well, for people around the country who don't know your past, Earl, you started in radio when you were in your teens, right?
Yeah, I was 19.
19 years old, and your first gig was with who?
WNEW.
With Scottsdale, right?
Yeah, Scott, Carol Miller, Mally. Yeah, those were the big three.
These are the type of
Marty Martinez.
Yeah, that's an era of radio that they write books about because these guys were picking their own music and it was fun. And then you stayed at that station when it went. I think the title was some kind of guy talk, regular talk, and that was a fucking pirate ship that was headed to the other ends of the earth. And I was with Anthony yesterday.
Okay.
And I said to him, I'm going, we got to get Earl on here. And he was like, oh my God, we try and we try and we try.
Like, the schedules just don't mesh because I'm usually...
Dude, just go with me. I'll run interference for you.
Take a sick day.
Yeah.
And I don't do that. I've never called out. I've never called out ever. Anywhere.
Yeah, of course, because you don't get sick. Nothing happens to you.
Yes,
You're
I do.
fine. Yeah.
I do get sick.
I remember you almost died when we were at NEW. I gave you an ulcer so bad.
I had 2 bleeding ulcers.
Yeah.
No, I was in ICU for 3 days.
The name of those ulcers was Opie and Anthony.
It was more like bad diet and genetics, but that exacerbated it, yeah.
But Earl is with Hard Rock Johnny at turn that place around. I mean, the Hard Rock was on its last days. They brought Earl in as the vibe manager, and there's lines around the goddamn city right now to get in because the vibe changes with each person.
Oh, it's fun. I mean, the great staff, great crew.
Thanks to you. Let's give credit where it's due. Thanks to you. And Earl you're doing everything you can to protect the Confederate statues down south.
No.
Robert E. Lee. There's
absolutely not.
There's one statue I love, and it's just a plantation owner, and he's beating a man while he has the child on his lap and is fingering her. And it's just like the South
I've never
at its peak.
Seen that. No.
What do you think of the statue thing down south? And some of it up north?
I mean, there's one right up on, there's this big to-do on 103rd and 5th.
What is that? I don't even know.
It was a doctor who performed, he's basically performing like medical experiments on
women.
Women without anesthesia.
He was a gynecologist, and this has nothing to do with the South. Just now that the statue thing has come up. And by the way, Columbus in Columbus Circle, that's on the bubble right now. And they're talking about changing the name Columbus Circle because he thought it was funny to throw smallpox blankets at children. Justin, my Cree Indian intern, fucking hates Columbus. I mean, he despises Columbus.
You ever see that video? They posted up every Columbus Day, and they ask Native Americans, one word answer, one word to describe the Columbus. None of them are good. It's like racist.
Well, what do they think of Sonny Jurgensen? Are they still mad at him over playing for the Redskins? Justin, you have a hate for Columbus?
Oh, absolutely. Like, he deserves to rot in fucking hell.
So when you're in New York City and you say Columbus Circle, you can't believe it.
Yeah, it was a mind fuck. It was a mind fuck for sure.
See, I came up with a generation where Columbus was a hero, and then my kids came home from like second and third grade, and they're like, Columbus is terrible. I go, Columbus? Fucking great, isn't he? 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. One of the few fucking poems I remember my whole life. But,
they still talk about, they still teach that in school that he discovered America, right?
Yeah, but they teach bad, like, then he fucking used to throw smallpox blankets at kids and laugh his ass off. Both my kids were told, Columbus was a bad person. But the Italians fight hard for Columbus Day.
Like,
even though he sailed for Spain. It was a Spanish ship.
They commissioned him.
Yeah.
They're like, we need a fucking sea captain.
He was also lost the majority of the time.
But you're lost. No one knew where that was. I was going to say it was an unexplored world, but there were a lot of Indians there. Do you hate the word Indian?
No, because you remember the whole Russell Means?
Russell Means did my show, and he explained to me that it was a good thing, and it meant, like, I forget.
One with God, or something like that, or like, very spiritual, like, it's a Latin word for it.
But we were thinking of India at the time. This is how fucking nuts those early explorers, like, we made it to India.
Or the spices.
Yeah.
That's only why, it was fucking spices. Saffron?
Yeah.
Not gold or diamonds.
Yeah. So they're like, you didn't. I mean, this is how bad the fucking food must have tasted at the time. Like, go get me any kind of fucking hot sauce, whatever you can get.
It's worth so much.
So, Earl, if it was up to you, you would take down all the statues.
Well, the question I had was, why did they ever go up in the first place?
Well, it's an interesting point. Some of them were post Civil War, and some of them were post-civil rights. Yeah. Like, we have to do civil rights, so let's put up these statues.
Yeah, I know for a fact that the Confederate flags were going up. That was in direct response to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 or whatever.
And I know that when I lived in Virginia, not only was the Robert E. Lee Highway the closest one, MLK Day was also Robert E. Lee Day. They had added, in the state of Virginia. I don't know whether that's still true, if anybody knows. And, 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. But the other thing is, I don't know if I'm trying to think of the number of statues I went out of my way to see. Statue of Liberty? Yes, definitely. The Lincoln Memorial? Definitely. And the, Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse out in North Dakota. Which, by the way, you're so far away from that, it looks too small to me. And like, it ain't near anything. So I'm driving, and I'm like, there it is, kids, but I'm kind of pissed off. I go, there's why Daddy fucking drove an extra 6 hours each way. Go look at it.
Is that far out?
Yeah, it's far from everything. And then there was talk for a while of like putting Reagan's face, and people are like, we're not spending money to put it, like statues are dumb now. Get a meme for free. What do you need a statue for anything?
Isn't that what galleries and museums are for now?
Well, I want to take some people down and tear down that Rocky statue in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that one, I remember my Joe Frazier buddies were really upset over that.
Yeah, I could see that. Joe Frazier was fighting a fucking seagull over a French fry, and there was a statue of a pretend fucking boxer. Francis in Long Island has a statue question. Francis.
Hi, Earl. It's your grandma.
All right, what do you got, Francis?
I want to see if
all right, Francis. You can't, Francis. You can't do an Eastside Dave impression and then come on the line as Francis. You would have had to put the name of Earl's grandma. But what do you got, Francis? I'm going to hang up in a second, dude.
We take down Columbus. Who do we replace him with?
Why do we got to replace? Seriously,
Take
So
it
we're
down.
just going to call it the circle? Like, all right, meet me at the circle tonight, I guess. The circle
no
jerk?
one ever says meet me at the fucking statue.
I couldn't even I didn't even realize there was a statue there.
I'm gonna, you know what? I hate to say it. I know Columbus Circle.
Yeah.
But there's one right at the end of this block. It's some dude on a fucking horse.
Yeah.
Don't know who it is. Don't know who it is. I don't stop and gander at fucking statues.
There's a fucking statue 3 blocks away from me at the entrance to the BQE, and it's a guy. I think he might be on a horse too. I've never looked at the plaque. It's been there my entire. I've never been to the Statue of Liberty.
First of all, it's the 90s. Can't we get one statue of a guy in a car? Why are they still on horseback?
Or a hoverboard, at least.
Hoverboard would fucking be great. Hey, Jason. Jason, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know why no one ever brings up that with the flag, Confederate flag, and all these statues, that's not the United States. That was the Confederacy. That was an enemy to the United States that we fought and we beat. We don't put up statues for Japan, for Germany in World War II. Why are we putting up statues for someone that we beat and flying their flag?
Well, it's not, no one actually, it's up to each person if they want to fly the whatever fucking flag they want. That guy downtown here, that had a big giant Confederate flag, right?
Yeah.
People have been throwing rocks and all this kind of shit. It's in the paper every day. So he wrote back, hey, I'm on vacation, right? And also, I've had that flag up for 2 fucking years. No one gave a shit. And it is true. Like, people were saying it's a racist flag. I've been at Tom Petty's shows, giant fucking flag. I'm not even talking about Skinner. But
it's staged. It links to one end of the stage to the other.
Yeah, and we were like, fuck Tom Petty, because we know he's a Florida guy. He hasn't even lived there since, his first fucking hit record. He was like in LA the whole time. But even a state flag is a very weird, it seems like we're past flags or anything.
They make no sense, and all the state flags suck except for maybe California. Like the New York State flag is terrible.
I'm sorry, you gotta go take a look at that fucking Texas flag. That thing's badass.
Yeah.
Lone Star, baby.
The Lone Star one is
and I couldn't even pick out the fucking California one. Is that a fucking...
It's the bear.
Yeah, okay. I would have known it then. You should have gave me 4 chances, because I would have got the bear. I was going to say honey badger, and I stopped myself. So, Earl, you're for no flags.
The statue thing, I'm like, again, why did they ever go up in the first place? And it was just more, and everything is symbolic.
All right, what about the thing that Trump ripped off the internet of saying, now do we get rid of Jefferson and Washington stuff?
Well, I think addressing, this country's complex. The history of it is super complex.
No, it's complicated. I don't know if it's complex.
Well, the founding fathers were slave owners. That's just just the reality of it. And
Ben Franklin never had a fucking slave. If we're going to like anybody, it should be Ben Franklin. He's my fucking favorite by far. I even try to wear little cheaters like him. Like, oh, look at me, Ben Franklin.
Got the little wig on.
Yeah, man. And then he also was just a pussy hound. No one ever brings that up. But he had a lot of fucking chicks. Here is, Danny. Danny in Colorado. Danny, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie. I'm originally from Virginia. They moved Robert E. Lee Day is now Lee Jackson Day, and it's the Friday before Martin Luther King Day, so we get a little 4-day weekend out of it.
Now, that is... look at Earl's face. Look, Earl, I would take off Hitler Day if I got a day off of work.
Hell yeah.
No, I got family in Virginia, and I'm just trying to figure out if they take the day off or not.
Why not?
Hey, Steven, what's up?
Hey, Ronnie B.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're not looking at these statues anyway, what does it matter?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to tell you 100%. I don't care one way or another.
And the other thing is that Mount Rushmore is in South Dakota.
Holy shit. I always fuck up the Dakotas. And by the way, no one here corrected me. You're going into the pretty good prize closet, my friend. You deserve it.
Yeah.
I will honestly say I could care less about the statues. I don't even know where they are, what they represent. And I think Chris is right. They're all kinds of statues. in New York City.
There's a bunch in every fucking neighborhood. There's like, I think there's one of, I'm going to guess Confucius in Chinatown. I think it's Confucius. And I walked by, like, I guess there's a statue. But
I did not know that. There was in upstate New York, the world's ugliest statue of Lucille Ball, and the people of the town made them replace the statue. They said this is hideous, right? But here's the funny thing. So many people stop in Jamestown to see the ugly Lucille Ball that they just moved it to a different part of town.
Oh, God.
That's awesome.
No.
Remember, it wasn't too long ago somebody made an ugly statue of a soccer player, like Ronaldo or somebody.
It was Ronaldo.
Yeah, and he was just like this beautiful man. Is just this disgusting, hideous statue.
That's not even. Who approved this and said, "Oh, this is great. Put it up."
Yeah. I'm gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I couldn't make a statue if you gave me 50 years. I don't know how the fuck to do it. Gail Bennington, out today for, her friend had a wedding on a Thursday to save a little money.
Okay.
Upstate to save a little money. But everybody has to drive that way.
Cash bar too, I'm guessing.
I'll fucking riot if there's a cash bar. You ever been to a bar that's like, just give me a water, $2? You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
When I wasn't drinking, they were charging for that 11-month stint, and I was drinking fucking...
It's like he fucking did a bid.
And then I'm getting charged $4 for a fucking club soda. I wanted to kill someone.
$4 for a club soda.
$4.
Yeah. Well, why don't you go straight water? Take the bubbles out. Save yourself fucking $16 in one night.
I did that bubble.
I know. Some people are crazy about the bubble. Jack, Colorado.
Hey there, Ronnie. $2.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
Hey, it's great to have Fabrizi back full time.
He's the best.
Hey, good job, Earl. Hey, Earl, there's talk out there wanting to curtail these white supremacist websites and shut down their free speech and shit. Do you agree with that?
Shutting down white supremacist websites?
Yeah, and just curtailing whatever they have to say.
First of all, who makes up the decision? Google?
Well, that's the thing. I have no idea who's going to be making that decision, but it seems like if they really try to shut down their expression of speech, I mean, the only other action these knuckleheads are going to have are expression of action. And I think it's really stupid.
Again, if Google's a private company, that's different than if the government shuts them down. And you know, the Klan has marched my whole life, and it was always like 5 people, 800 cops, some people come and yell shit. You know, the Klan was always so small throughout my life. This was the first time that I saw like, oh shit, that's a lot of fucking torches.
Yeah.
You know?
That
was great TV. I had come home from the stand, turned that on, and I'm like, oh, there got to be a better feed on the internet. I'm fucking just looking around. I'm like, shit. And then the next day, everybody made fun of the tiki torches. That night, I just saw torches. I didn't see
what model or anything.
Yeah, it didn't seem all that funny to me. I'm like, those fuckers. Oh boy. And then the next day, you know, the fucking jokes were flying. But that shit looked pretty fucking scary in the middle of the night.
That's terrifying.
I thought they did great TV. And they never should have came back the next day because they look like cosplay people the next day. But that thing of just torches at night.
The long line?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And then there's like I was watching the internet shit. So they're shooting this up. They're like, this is fucking beautiful, man. It was like the end of Taps. You know, where fucking Tom Cruise just fucking shooting out the window and loving life. Let's go over here to Scott. Scott, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey.
All right, so a couple questions for you. It's more of like a pop quiz. I'm just you'd be surprised how many people don't actually know the origins of these terms. You mentioned Confederacy, slave owners, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of the terms that were used back in the day, I just want to see if you know where they.
Just
came
what the
from.
fuck is it, dude? You're taking forever. Just say it.
Well, fucking the term cracker. You know where that came from?
Cracker came from the crack of the whip down in I think it was Florida Cowboys.
Yeah, you're correct. The term.
I can't take your long, slow quiz, dude. It's not that what you're saying might not be interesting, but you're just really dragging it. I got a lot of calls. Just get the points. I'm all for all of it. Here is James. James, what's up? Good to have you back, brother. It's here for Earl. Here's Brian, Illinois. Brian.
Yeah, I know why they're all on horses. It has something to do with them being in battle. Like if one hoof is up, they got in battle.
I've heard that, and then I've also heard that that's an urban myth. That they say, like, if one foot was up, the guy was injured in the battle. If two, but again, why not just fucking say it? Here's a guy who was injured in a battle. We're past this thing. It's just the idea of statues, no matter what they are so old school.
Yeah, have they ever been popular in modern day? Like when they went up, were people just going like, "Oh shit, there's a new statue. Let's go check it out."
There would be the unveiling of a statue, though. Like they put a fucking cloth over it, and then they bring it down. And again, I only remember when they put the fucking Rocky statue up. The entire city wept. They were so happy.
Wept?
Yeah, they just sat crying. And then he put it up, and he put it at the top of the steps for the movie, right? Sly did. And then he goes, "You guys can keep it." And I'm like, "This is a museum, dude. We can't have a fucking statue. Like real art is here. And this is a shitty fucking statue." So then they moved it, I think in front of the Spectrum. Then when they tore the Spectrum down, they moved it over like it's like at the bottom somewhere at the fucking art museum in Philly. But that art museum, they're like, we're trying to be an internationally famous art museum. You guys are fucking carrying hoagies into the place, and you run up and down the steps all the time like you're in a fucking 1976 movie.
Big fucking movie prop from the place.
I mean, let's face it, the movie was really good, though.
It was.
And his turtles fucking shell and shock, right there. Earl, you're supposed to be at work right now, and your boss is on the phone. Yeah. Hard Rock.
Earl.
Hello, John.
You're late. You're supposed to be here at 12. I don't know who's going to manage the vibe.
Earl was telling me that you guys were right on the bubble going out of business until he came in and just fucking snapped everybody back into action.
Talking a lot of shit in here.
We're an international juggernaut.
Right, but...
That's good. That's a good way to describe it, Earl.
Earl said that when he walked into the fucking Hard Rock the first time, you guys was playing Ooga Chaka, Ooga Chaka. He goes, "I gotta update this fucking music. I gotta hit this place up." Yeah.
It was hooked on a feeling. We can't help it.
Yeah.
I have a statue I need taken down.
What's that?
The Ralph Cramden statue in front of Port Authority.
Oh, God.
Now, there's a fucking funny one. You know who put that statue up?
Who?
That fucking rerun TV station.
TV Land.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. They put it up. What? It's a fucking commercial. It's not a statue. What the fuck? They paid the city to put that up.
It says, my favorite, I see it every morning, and it says Jackie Gleason as Ralph Cramden, bus driver, Raccoon Lodge treasurer, and dreamer. That's the statue title, and that's what it says. I never pictured him as a dreamer. That wasn't my real...
I'm a dreamer.
His heart was gold.
When are they going to put a Mad About statue up down there? That's the forgotten TV show.
I watched it.
It was on of course, you had to watch it. It was in between Seinfeld and Friends. What are you going to do? Take a walk?
Guess I'll say Mad About You.
Seriously, there could have been a fucking show called The Chris Stanley Show that went there and you'd still be top 10. That's fucking cheating, Mad About You.
They had a great theme song, too. Andrew Gold.
What was it?
It was Final Frontier.
Let me hear it. I don't even think I remember it.
All right, this was the Mad About You theme song.
Jesus, it takes forever to get to this. All right, trivia question. Who's playing piano on that?
I don't know.
The star of Mad About You himself.
Paul Reiser?
Paul Reiser.
Holy shit.
It's not bad.
No, it's pretty good. I know that because I had to do an unmasked with him. That was part of the prep. So I understand you played the... But why did you call it Andrew Gold?
I think it's an Andrew Gold song that he's covering called The Final Frontier.
Oh, I never thought of Andrew Gold as kind of a jazz piano player.
Wasn't he like Lonely Boy?
Lonely Boy, and I believe Thank You for Being a Friend.
Yeah.
Which, Golden Girls. People think that was written for the Golden Girls. No, that was a hit pre-Golden Girls.
It was a big hit, too.
Yeah. Well, Johnny, Earl would like the next 2 weeks off.
Let's figure that out.
Yeah, we work that out.
This is fucking kind of sad that, and I found this out, and it's great that we're bringing up this statue thing. Fucking Hard Rock Johnny makes Earl go down and fucking just empty crab pots all the time.
Oh, what the fuck, John?
Still paying him with the Hard Rock money.
Oh, my
that's personal work.
That is not true.
Then you said when you're done that, wash the truck.
John, it's really fucked up, dude.
It's not true.
Those aren't billable hours.
Now, somebody put up 2 stupid fucking statues out front of our place here. I don't know whether they're permanent. One is like a rabbit or something. Taking a picture.
Yeah, one's a rabbit.
Fox or something. And these fucking tourists stop and get their picture taken with a 2-week-old statue.
As soon as it went up,
yeah,
there was just nonstop people taking pictures, hanging out, gawking at this fucking weird random statue that means nothing.
You know that fucking fake waterfall that in that right behind our thing?
Yeah.
People take pictures of that all the time, like, oh my God, New York. And I'm like, it's not even real. They run 3 hoses down a fucking thing.
Bullshit. But yeah, they love that thing.
And do you think that there's like showing their friends, we're in New York, look, there's a little waterfall and people smoking next to it.
They still seem to appreciate it as much as we do.
No. No, they don't get it. Stop and have a smoke. Don't take a picture. Have a fucking smoke out there.
Isn't there a Bart Simpson one up too?
Yeah, by Foxx. There's a bust of Bart Simpson's head.
But you know, when people talk about, our history and our heritage, fucking Times Square is on a constant change. And I was just down in Tribeca the other day where Comics was. Not only is there another thing there, every store is different from when we used to do Unmasked.
Yeah.
Not one fucking thing looks the same.
That whole, going even cross avenue, cross town, it changes constantly. There's
Everything.
like maybe 4 businesses that are still there.
Everything is gone all the time. It's just a constant reboot. And they're like, what about our heritage? What fucking heritage? Your heritage goes back about as far as YouTube now. Like, I can't even remember a time before YouTube.
No, I don't think there was video before YouTube.
No.
It just didn't exist.
Mm-mm. So, Johnny, that's what we're saying. I know your thing is, hey, slavery is part of our heritage. Why don't I make Earl go down and clean out some fucking crab pots?
I've never said that. I don't think.
Never.
You felt it, though.
You know, I literally almost... I was going down to Ants yesterday, and I was jumping in a cab right around the corner. So I hop in a fucking cab. And, you know, I told you before I didn't sleep last night, right? And I've been doing a lot of shows over the last several days. And so I'm hopping into a cab. I just get in. There's a knock at the cab door. This fucking guy, he's in a business suit, and he's carrying a messenger bag. He looks like a young Wall Street or Madison Avenue guy. He goes, hey, where are you going? I go, what? He goes, where are you going? I'm like, 35th and 7th. He goes, want to split a cab?
What?
And I go, no, I don't want to fucking be in a cab with you, right? So fucking point. He goes like this, dumb fuck.
What?
Now,
the fuck's going on?
Now, here's the thing. I fucking explode out of that fucking cab. Like, I saw him take my baby and slam it to the ground. I go, what the fuck did you just say to me? He starts to do that sideways run, like, and I see how frightened he was, and that immediately makes me feel more aggressive. So I keep coming at him like a nut, right? And I'm fucking screaming, you motherfucker, I'll slap that fucking smirk up you. I'm out of my mind. I'm literally, at my age, I'm out of my mind. And he runs in between the people that are selling shit and all. They're fucking laughing. Yeah. Everybody is fucking laughing, right? Jesus. Like I'm somebody's isn't New York crazy fucking statement. Instead of me being the guy who says that. And then this is the part that embarrasses me. I go, get away from me, you fucking yuppie. I couldn't think of another thing. I called him a yuppie. And then I went back. My cab waited. I'm like 20 feet away from my cab. Nice. My cab waited. And I get in. He goes like this. I hate those fuckers that want to, you know, because he hates the fact of, hey, can we each get our fucking fare? And I go like this. Oh, this fucking city's going to shit. I said, these people are ruining the city. I don't even know where my head was at.
And this was like a regular dude. It wasn't a crazy person.
No, this was like 35-year-old fucking guy who looked like he was going to meetings and trying to have ideas all the time. But, by the way, I get there, It's $7. I'm gonna fucking save $3.50 by having this fucking piece of garbage next to me.
This fucking guy can order cab sharing. You can order an Uber that you share to get fucking cheap.
I wish I would have had. I could have yelled that at him, Chris. But my problem was
he's just angry. You can't do it.
My problem was like I'm in the cab after. I'm like, how quick am I from being in the? You know what I mean? Why at this age have I had zero emotional growth?
But that was fucking totally uncalled. Like dumb fuck for not wanting to share a fucking cab with a
shit. No,
fucking.
I'm with you. Look, I probably could have just yelled, whatever, at him and just went about my way. But I don't know whether it's because I'm exhausted or I still have that thing when my parents would say, don't take any shit off anybody. You take some shit off them, they'll end up taking your lunch money. Somebody says something, you just start fucking swinging. You know what I mean? Like, they put it in my head as a little fucking kid that if anybody offends you, and you don't do something, they're just going to keep going until they fucking own you. And there was zero thinking involved. I just had a fucking friend the other day whose heart exploded for no fucking reason. And now I'm ready to get in a fist fight on Broadway and fucking 49th. And I was ready to fight to the death. I'm not going to lie to you. I would have fought to my death.
Claws fucking eyes out.
Just fucking bashing head against the fucking bump. Like an idiot. Like a moron.
But it must have felt satisfying to see him run away. I mean, that must have felt fucking good.
That emboldened me so much.
This made you angry.
It made me feel like, well, I'm totally in the right. But yeah, from a guy going like he's going to call somebody a dumb fuck to he's running in between fucking tables of people selling dog shit on the street.
Knocking over fidget spinners.
And it was fidget spinners and shit like that. These people were fucking laughing so hard all around.
Good, because they fucking want to see that guy get fucking screamed at. Because that guy's a douchebag.
They don't know what he did.
Who cares?
They have no idea.
I can see the mental picture in my head.
Yeah.
Stuff flying all over the place.
I know. It's that, like, we see people doing shit like that, and we laugh our asses off. And now I'm that fucking guy. I know once I was fighting with a fucking cab driver, and I think I called him 9/11. I just fucking screamed 9/11 at him. For no apparent reason. Mike, in Canada.
Yeah, Ronnie. Last night I was listening to CBC, and they were talking about a new movement in Canada right now to have the name of our first prime minister taken off all the public schools. And he's kind of like a huge figure. He'd be like, the father of our Confederation. We all learned about it in school.
Well, what did he do wrong?
Well, he was really the architect of the Indian genocide, really. Like, I mean, we all gave him credit for, like, forming our country. But really, if you look at it from the other point of view, and my initial thought was, oh, fuck, here we go again with the Indians, because that's all we ever talk about up there. But when you really start to listen to it, it's like, well, yeah, he fucking tried to starve the Indians out when they were building the railway, and his idea was to get the Indian out of the children. Like, they didn't want to slaughter all the Indians, they just wanted them to become white people, right?
Right.
So when you start to look at it,
I got somebody here of the proud Cree Nation in Quebec. Are you pro getting rid of this guy's statue?
Yeah, I mean, the residential school system is the darkest chapter in Canadian history.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, like my whole family went, and like they just have nothing but horror stories.
And they kind of took the Indians away from their culture.
They would arrest the parents if they fought back.
And what were they saying? Like, this is a wheel. This is a wheel here. You could use this. This is a fork. All right?
Well, yeah, and the reason they chose not to kill us wholesale is because they needed us to defend them from you guys. They needed the manpower.
Yeah, and the French-Indian War and all that kind of shit. Yeah. Now, would this be a way, Mike, for everybody? We take down this statue. What was the guy's name?
Sir John A. Macdonald.
All right, we take down his statue, put up a giant statue of Bernie Parent, and it just says, we lend him to the city of Philadelphia, and he spread joy everywhere he went. That man is so beloved. So fucking beloved in Philly. See, this is the thing, Earl. You think because you're black in America, there's prejudice everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
But I think Australia, they had like the day of, they had like a day of atonement for what they did to the Aborigines.
Yeah. And again, those guys still don't have pants on. I mean, no matter what you're fucking doing for them, they will not.
This summers are kind of hot.
Yeah, they are. You're right about that. I always like it when you see like some fucking Civil War thing and a woman down south and she's wearing that giant fucking stupid dress.
Yeah.
You're like, I've been down south in the summer. What are you doing?
It's humid.
Yeah. Get yourself a little wrap.
Well, that was a shitty hand fan.
Here is, this is something that, Earl, you're handling a young, recording artist now.
Yeah, my friend Whitney Ty. She's singer-songwriter and incredible artist.
You had this up on the iBang, right? Is that where I saw it first?
Yeah, I mean this is her video for she's collaborating with Tim Jansen's Sun Freaks, and
Jen understands the young hip thing, and Chris, you will love this video.
Oh, good.
Say her name again.
Whitney Ty.
Yeah. So, where's this filmed, Earl?
This was Portugal.
Okay. How'd you meet her, Earl?
My friend Kelsey. I think you met Kelsey.
Kelsey Gramler.
Kelsey Warren. They're actually doing a project together. They're recording as we speak. And, he was like, she's really great. You got to hear her sing. And, he sent me a couple of things. And I wrote her back just like, this stuff's great. Yeah. And, we became friends. Super cool one.
I would thought it was great too.
God damn.
Yeah. This could have been the soundtrack for Summer Lovers in 1984. All right, Jen, have you heard enough to Smash Your Trashes?
Yes, I heard enough.
What do you think?
I love it.
Smash! All right, where should this be playing on Sirius?
Probably Hits 1. Right? Because it's like a pop song.
Guess who's got a fucking connection there? Chris Stanley during his no dating time hung out with this. Would you take this down the hall?
I'll take this down the hall. Hell yeah. Right. I'm gonna take the video too, though, just to sort of full.
And could we get her in? Could she go meet them and Hits 1?
Yeah.
Is she here in this?
She's in the city for a couple more weeks before she heads out to the coast.
All right, try to get that done today, Chris.
I'll send it over.
Get a couple spins on Hits 1. Talk to the kid.
She's super talented.
Look at that.
Oh, Jesus. It's an underrated shot.
The crotch shot?
There's a close-up on the crotch shot.
Underrated by who, Chris?
I don't think people think about it as often as just the ass and the breast shot. But that is very pleasing as well, the crotch shot. Jesus Christ. It's a great fucking video.
Just stripping, yeah. It's amazing. I saw this when it went up, and I'm like... and I watched it for, I would say, almost 4 minutes. You know what I mean? All right, this is a video that's up today. I think the iBang has it now. So you guys know the movie Valkyrie, right?
Yes.
So apparently this was, you know what I should have just said is, whose ass is this? They think, and Jen, you could also check this out too, because you understand. This is Tom Cruise's ass in a single shot. Somebody screen capped it and put it up. And they believe that's either a CGI ass or they stuffed his ass with foam. Jen, is that Tom Cruise's ass? Or did Kim Kardashian work as a stuntman for Tom Cruise?
I don't believe that it is his ass. Like, it doesn't look like it to me.
It's in the movie Valkyrie. That's him on the beach. And that is a giant girl's ass.
Yeah, that looks like a girl's butt. Like a fake butt.
The fucking left cheek is humongous.
You don't think the right cheek looks pretty fucking big?
The right's fucking big, but the left cheek looks like it's fucking swollen. Like something happened to the fucking left cheek. It's like a shelf, this guy's ass.
Could be, I mean, maybe he was having a bad day and that's thetans. Do they collect around the ass? Could we replace the Confederate statues with statues of Tom Cruise's ass? Would everybody be okay with that?
I haven't seen the movie. And like, what? He's at the beach?
Well, he's like a German soldier that's trying to kill Hitler. And I don't know. I'm going to be totally honest. I've started the movie. By the way, Chris, now that you close up, I think the right cheek is fucking bigger than the left. But look at that weird bump. like a giant fucking boil on his left ass cheek.
Oh, this isn't good. What is fucking Tom Cruise doing?
They just dubbed it at this.
And this is the part of the film where he shits himself.
Yeah, it's just a single frame. Somebody, I don't know why, slowed it down. Because I'd love to see the video of how the ass just pops out. But this is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is one creepy face down, ass up.
Does Tom Cruise have a giant girl's ass? Now, I know that Vito is a big admirer of men's bodies. You're always telling me who has the best men's body.
Yeah, I admire. Now, looking
what
at that.
What did you think of my friend Aaron Berg yesterday?
Aaron Berg, when he showed up to the stand last night, was wearing a really low-cut tank top, string tank top, where light tank top strings.
What happened last night that you were at the stand?
Oh, I thought we were talking about the other night when he showed up.
You're the one who said last night. I asked him when he came in here yesterday.
I was bringing up when his body was showing off. He came in yesterday, he looked just as good. But I got to see more of the merchandise.
I try so hard to make this kid part of the show, Ron. You know what it's like. You know the opportunities I give over the years. And then, Chris, you actually have an email somebody sent about Vito.
Yeah, I do. Yes, this is an email that came in.
All right, let me hear it. He goes, I have an email. He goes, I'm going to say it to you on the air.
It's from
Vito.
Ken M. Ken Mills.
Yeah.
To your knowledge, has Vito ever admitted that he was wrong or apologized for something?
No.
It seems like Vito never shows one single ounce of fucking humility.
That is
I added
true.
the fucking.
No, okay. I'm glad you did because it popped it. It brought it home. You know, I'm like, this is good, but I wish there was more emotion.
I have said a ton of times that I fucked up and I'm sorry.
First of all, that's you yelling to protect yourself that you did. That's the exact opposite.
That's not humility.
Yeah, that's the exact opposite of humility. And that's you lying now to protect, you saying like, I've done a lot of humble things, but you're not being humble. Here's the thing. I asked you, what did you think yesterday? Then you say, oh, when he came into the stand last night, he looked amazing. I go, you were at the stand last night. And then you say to me, oh, I thought you were talking about, you fucking made this whole thing up. And you don't have the humility. You don't have the fucking clear humility just to say so. Stop yelling at the other guys.
I was just saying, please get the phones.
Good. All right.
Just be a little humble back there for once. Apologize to them.
I'm not
you don't have to. Yeah. No, that's him. That's who he is. A tiger can't fucking change their fucking stripes. All right. I asked you one thing about how Aaron Burr
looks great.
Yeah. And then you made up a lie story that you were at the stand last night. And you're fucking hanging out with all these cool comics.
Yeah, and just treating us like shit.
Yeah.
I was just talking about he looks great.
You said last night, though.
I didn't mean to. That was a word mess up.
That was a word mess up.
Like I just
did
again.
The fucking word you're looking for was mistake.
That was a mistake.
And you're not fucking humble enough to say it.
Yeah, you can't even admit that. You can't admit it. You can't apologize for shit.
I have apologized for things before.
By the way, I got this long thing today because you haven't written back to BL, and I fucking yelled at you before the show today.
Yeah, well, I wrote back to fucking BL. She never responded, and then she said, I didn't get it. And I was like, then why didn't you just fucking text me? She says, you're busy. Like, you're on the air. I'm like, there's 21 hours a day. I'm not on the fucking air.
Look how long she wrote to me to let me know that you don't give a fuck whether I get this beautiful funeral pamphlet from the Dutch Dalton Memorial that she said Bill Giles cried at.
I gave her that fucking address.
Then he also said, she said you stole her sunglasses and gave it to her chick so you could get a good BJ.
That's fucking crazy delusional bullshit.
You can't get a BJ unless you give some nice present.
Here's a present. Can I get my beads now?
That's prostitution. Kyle sent a thing of just your head that says my bits never have a payoff because he was going to do 24 hours of Buffett. He acts like he doesn't like Jimmy Buffett. He was going to sit in a room and we were going to play the Buffett channel here. I believe it's on channel 4 and, just 24 hours. And I thought after the 24 hours, then Johnny offered to let him do it on top of the fucking Hard Rock, on top of the marquee. And we're all like, this is great. Well, the summer's over. We got next week off and Chris fucking, now, Earl, as you know, every white person in America is betting against Mayweather, right? Do you believe that this many years after Jerry Cooney, we're still doing that
The
thing?
Great White Hope?
We still want the Great White Hope. The first Great White Hope was in like 1910 or
It was
something.
like Jim Jeffries, I think it was.
Jim Jeffries is a fucking Australian comedian.
Come on, Earl.
No, Jim
Johnson.
No, it was Johnson, Jack Johnson.
Yeah, Jack Johnson.
But the fighter, I think, was named.
Are you serious? His name was Jim Jeffries?
I think his name was Jim.
The Great White Hope is Jim Jeffries. I love that. So, as you know, it never works out for the white people. And this is another case where they're taking their money and they're betting, and could a white guy beat Mayweather?
I am so divorced from this fight because I think it's just a non-fight. It's an insult.
It is an insult.
It is an insult to the sport of boxing.
Now, here's the other thing that has people pissed off. If he wins this, Mayweather wins this, he goes to 50-0, and he bypasses who?
Rocky Marciano.
Was it Marciano or Graciano? I can never remember.
It's Marciano.
All right, Marciano, who, by the way, fought fucking, tomato fucking cans right up until he finally became champ. I mean, he was fighting like 4 times a week in Pittsburgh, and that goes into the so-called record.
Padding those numbers.
And he beat Joe Louis when he was like at the end of his career and like stuff like, he's like, you beat up Joe Louis. Joe Louis was like 42 when he fought him.
Joe Louis had been in 2 world wars, and then he fucking gets in a fight. I want to get a fucking giant thing of Marciano, just a giant statue, 18 fucking stories in there, and just put under there wasn't a black guy that could lay a fucking glove on him. I don't think who's Mayweather fighting? What's this fucking
Conor McGregor?
I'm gonna just say this now today. I don't think Conor McGregor could hit him with a bullet. I don't think you could go in there in a gun. I still don't think he can fucking touch Mayweather with it.
Mayweather says he's dropping $5 million on himself for the win. And it's a fucking smart move.
It is a smart move.
And it'll move the line a little bit. I mean, that much fucking money going in.
That's because everybody's betting against Mayweather.
Yeah.
That actually just gets another fucking $5 million. The line moved over the gloves.
Yeah.
And they went to 8-ounce gloves. Everyone said, no, he can win.
But no one realized fucking Mayweather's fought with 8-ounce gloves like 47 out of 49 fights or something. He knows, he's fucking Mayweather.
He knows what he's doing.
This was how fucking smart. Like Vegas is like Trump. They will say stuff that just gets people fired up. They're like, fuck yeah. 8-ounce gloves? Here's my money.
Well, this changes everything.
What's next? Tape this? What are we going to do?
I don't give a shit if he goes in there with a hammer. It's fucking, he ain't going to hit him.
No, if by some chance he does win the fight, is this the greatest sports upset in history?
Yeah, I guess I'll say, but Mayweather hasn't fought for a couple of years anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
he's a lot old. He's like 12 years older than fucking.
I'll tell you, this will be the greatest thing that's ever happened to that. It'll be the end of boxing. I'll put it that way, and we'll all just be the other fucking UFC from that point on.
But MMA. But if he wins the fight, does he become a boxer, or does he go back to the MMA?
Boxers are going to be forced to fucking go to UFC if they want to compete.
Yeah. They'll just do whatever makes him the most money. That's all Mayweather.
He ought to just retire and just spend his time next fucking 15 months just drunk spending it. Did I tell you that I won that fucking Powerball last night?
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's you?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I got to get a fucking tax guy.
Yeah. Just put it into a checking account.
Street jokes tomorrow. Aaron Berg, Adam Ferreira, Sam Roberts, Anthony Cumia. Who tells the best street jokes? Comedians or broadcasters? You don't want to miss this tomorrow at 2:00. And all next week, all brand new content. The Perfect Song. The Perfect Song is playing, and your chances to win these signed prizes.
Prizes signed by Aerosmith, Pixies, Rufus Wainwright, and the Spin Doctors, all next week.
Which one of those prizes would you like, Earl?
Ooh, Aerosmith.
And I'll just give it to you straight out. By the way, that's signed of every original member of Aerosmith.
He's signed by the entire band.
Nice.
Dream on, dream on, dream on. The Liz Miele, who's a friend of ours, right?
Yes.
She's got a bet up on an I banged this. She literally has a viral joke now, and it's about the white supremacists and stuff. And she goes, it's fine, but you have to use the technology that ended with that fucking prejudice that you have. You can't use the modern technology. You get freedom of speech. You just can't use the technology that we have now. So that's up on the iBang. You might want to check that out. I don't know how long the bit is or where it goes. Unlike you, I just don't want to hit play. I have no idea what's going on. How long is it?
50 seconds.
You want to give 50 seconds and hear a bit? Yeah, let's take 50 seconds.
It's Liz Mealy.
Like if I could make laws, I'd make one that was like, if your morals are set and stuck in the 50s, then maybe your technology should stay there too. So it's like, if you don't think women should have rights to their own bodies, well then you can't have a smartphone. And if you don't think gay people should marry, then you can't use the internet. And it'll break families apart and people will start thinking for themselves. Because you know at some point some kid's gonna be like, Mama, why don't we have a computer? And she'll be like, sweetheart, you know it's because your dad doesn't like Mexican. Go play with your calculator.
Oh, it's a cute bit. Good for her. Good for Liz. She was on the first Gail Meets Girls, right?
Yes.
Sweet. That one is up on the internet now too. The new Gail Meets Girls is with the two young ladies from Guys We Fucked.
Yes.
Corinne Fisher and Christina Hutchinson.
Yeah, we didn't even need that names. Chris got out there, got stuck. Jen came in and saved him. You're like a fucking modern day superhero. You're the new Wonder Woman. Earl Douglas is sitting in with us. Gail will be back. You'll hear her on the show tomorrow. She's off at a wedding today. I stopped going to weddings many years. Last wedding I went to was Opie's.
Wow.
And I had actually stopped 5 years before it, but since it was open, I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. Yeah. And I had to go to Philly for that, too. I had to be on the train to go to the fucking wedding. It was fun.
Do people know to not invite you to weddings anymore, or do you still get invites?
No, I tell them I'm not coming to your wedding under any circumstances.
That's good.
I went to Dave's wedding because it was at the Hard Rock and I got paid. I was doing my job. He still blames Hard Rock Johnny for that. He believes it was Johnny's idea that he get married and have 2 kids.
Why is he mad at Johnny for?
Johnny came up with a fun promotion. Hey, let's get Dave married.
Yeah. Why would Dave say no to that at the time?
People forget that was the second person Dave was going to marry at the Hard Rock. He was going to marry somebody right before that.
Oh, yeah. Was it West Side?
That was her name. I forgot her name. And then she worked for...
I remember.
Who was the celebrity chef?
David Burke?
Yeah, David Burke. And then for 5 years, I'd go, hey, man, I saw her last night. David Burke's fucking hands were all over her. And he was even married. And he was like, seriously? Like, he was still like a little pissed.
Sure.
I go, yeah. They were fucking laughing. And it was all just a lie. just a terrible lie. Sometimes I wonder why I do that. It might be a character flaw of some kind.
I wouldn't say that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that, buddy. This is, there's a cute video going around where a little girl got her book bag stolen, and she's pissed off about it. Earl, did you used to carry a book bag?
Yeah, I had a knapsack, or what do you call them, knapsack? I call them knapsack.
What were you, a fucking doughboy during World War I? You had a metal helmet on, off he went. Not only did I not carry a book bag, I used to fucking say, even in high school, I got to keep this book somewhere in the room. And I would try to find a place because I didn't want to carry a fucking book around.
Book bags were just the fucking worst.
And if there was a fucking test, I go like this. Well, who's got a pencil? Because I never had a fucking pencil. Everybody got a pencil. And I'm like, you're not even fucking...
I'm here.
They go, you haven't been here 2 weeks. And now you're saying, where's the pencil? And for me to lean away from my paper. Lean over the other way. So both of us can fucking do good.
We're in this together, right?
Why can't you fucking pay it forward?
Do the lean in. See what
you let people cheat off you?
I was such a mess during the test. I didn't even notice. I was just kind of like so focused on what was in front of me.
This is a fucking sad story, but it's true. My entire academic history, no one ever asked to cheat off me.
That's nice.
Not one fucking person. Thought to myself, that guy looks like he's going to do good on this test today. Maybe I can get some fucking help from him. I don't even think I was in a study group. And if they ever said something like, all right, you're going to break into fours and you guys will work on the project together. If you were in my group, there would be one person in that group sleeping with his head on the fucking table. And I go like this, fucking wake me up at the end of this shit. Had a very bad night last night. You know, got a lot of fucking problems. I'm trying to
work out.
I'm trying to, yeah. I'm trying to suppress them through alcohol and drugs. The different, like you were nervous before a test, right?
Always.
Now here's the thing.
And I was a
You were a good student.
I was a good student.
You went on to community college, so you don't have to fucking tell me. This was the thing about me. From first grade to fucking 12th grade. I don't know why this is. I didn't give a fuck when I got on a test. I did not feel like it was a measurement of me. If you gave me an A or an F, I felt the same way. This is fucking made up. It's not even real. This fucking piece of paper doesn't define me.
In grammar school, I was fucking terrified of tests in summer school. And then when I got to when I grew up, like got to high school and college, I was like, why was I so fucking scared of that? It's all bullshit.
Dude, you ever go to summer school? It's fucking great.
I went 1 year, yeah.
You get in, you get there like noon, you see the same fuck ups you hung out with.
Yeah, my friends.
Next thing, you fucking meet out front, you smoke a joint, you say, hey man, you guys want to go get some lunch and maybe some beers after this? It's fucking great. It's the best fucking fun.
It was a great summer, my junior year of high school.
I loathed it. I couldn't stand summer. The idea of it just drove me crazy.
Well, you were also in the city, Earl. You know, it's fucking hot as shit. You wanted to be running through those fucking fire plugs.
No, I wanted to play ball.
Who used to open up the fucking fire? What do you call fire plug up here?
Hydrants.
All right, you call it a hydrant. Who used to open it up in your neighborhood?
It was usually like the guy, like the dude always had the new car.
Yeah. Okay, the guy with the new car. And he would just wash his car with a hydrant?
Yeah, he didn't want to go to a car wash. Hey, I need some water here. Get the big monkey wrench.
In the long history of New York, anytime there's a fucking heat wave, the picture in the Daily News is an open hydrant and a bunch of little black kids running in it. And they're like, they're making their own summer fun. You know, it's just like, does this have to be out every year?
Gotta remind everyone, it still happens.
Could it actually be a white person on a fucking surfboard and saying this is a way to stay out of the fucking heat? Because it's an adorable picture. And there's nothing more fucking excited than that. You know?
No, it's
the coldest water you can imagine.
Well, yeah, I didn't know. Now, my father, on the other hand, hated him.
Yeah.
Because he always worked on his own car. And the second you finish, it's all polished, goes out, the water comes over, he has to start.
He kept his car looking nice, right?
Kept always. Oh my God, he kept that thing
What do you
going.
always have? Caddy?
No, he always wanted a caddy.
Monte Carlo?
No, Monte Carlo. I think he was a Lincoln guy. He was
the Lincoln lawyer. Earl's dad, and by the way, Earl's dad is cool as shit. Just cool as fucking shit. Like, I think in the 70s he probably acted like Rolo. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Out of everybody. Yeah. I love that guy. But Earl's dad would sit out front in his car every night listening to Yankees games.
That's fucking
or
great.
Motown.
Yeah, he would sit.
He sat in his car. That was his man cave. His car always looked nice because he never drove it anywhere.
And gas was expensive.
Yeah. That's fucking great though. Just a chance for some get away from the wife and kids, sit in the car, you're listening to a fucking game.
So he had the game on or an 8-track. This how far back it was. He had an 8-track, and I'll always remember he had the it was Teddy Pendergrass Live 1979.
God bless you, looking for a little TKO. Think about
Wore that thing out.
Teddy Pendergrass was the fucking greatest Philly guy too.
I think he was the closest thing we had to like a Black Elvis.
Yeah, I'm not going to fight that. I'm not going to fucking fight it. I feel bad for James Brown, but I understand what you're saying.
And made history with the For Ladies Only tour, where he played arenas.
Arenas, no men were allowed into the show.
That's fucking.
I mean, it's such a great premise. You think that somebody else would have fucking tried to copy it?
I mean, think about it: Madison Square Garden, Philly and Spectrum, the Spectrum in Philly.
Yeah.
I forgot the big arena in D.C. Nothing but women.
He's the greatest.
20,000 women.
Earl's dad would be in the car eating a sandwich right now. He packed earlier.
Let it go. Let it go, motherfucker. Let it go. Looks like another lover TKO.
You know, Earl, you gotta go to Daryl's house. They do a version of this. Fucking Daryl Hall kills it. Kills it.
Wouldn't surprise me. Daryl Hall's a bad mother.
I know he is. I wanna see. TKO. Were you so jealous of Philly International then, Earl? Were you like, why can't New York get on the bandwagon?
That stung for like a good decade. That good,
I
cool
put
stuff.
Philly International up against fucking Motown too. I said, go ahead, bring it.
Yeah, it was OJ's, Teddy.
It was a fucking great. It was a real fucking highlight, man.
It was a juggernaut, and that band, that house band was as good as the Marx Brothers.
Unbelievable. All right, we got a break here. When we get back, who put out this list of the top 100 comedy movies of all time? Some British...
NME, I believe.
Are they still around?
Yeah.
They're still around.
Jesus Christ, that sounds like a World War II thing to say. And you know what I like about a list is disagreeing with the list. Like, what the fuck?
Is it safe to say there's a lot of British comedies going to be in this list?
Look, no matter what you say, once you make up a list, it's the worst thing. I'm taking Earl out after the show today. We're going to drink some Tito's handmade vodka. That's some America's original craft vodka. Big hero of yours, Tito Beveridge, because he's a do-it-yourself guy, Earl. 1995, Tito Beveridge had the idea of building his own micro distillery. He incorporated the boutique wine concept into the spirits industry. And I remember I said to Tito, this is the worst idea you've ever had in your life. It's not going to work out for you. And he went in debt, racked up 19 credit cards, threw all of his life savings, built his own copper pot stills and condensers. And I'm like, Tito, what are you doing, dude? You can rent that. Because this is just some fly-by-night idea of yours. It's not going to work. Well, Earl just brought this up to me today. He goes, wherever you go in the country, bar, package store, wherever, Tito's is up front. Because people are asking for it. Tito's. Got a modest paper label and a simple bottle. All you pay for is the exceptional handmade vodka inside. Tito still makes his vodka by hand. Same land where he started all, Austin, Texas. It's 100. Well, Earl said this. He goes, what is it? Distilled 2 times? It tastes so good. I go, oh, that's been distilled 6 times. 100% corn. Naturally gluten-free. Visit Earl and I at titosvodka.com. We'll be there today. Recipes, songs, and more. 40% alcohol by volume. Handcrafted to be savored responsibly. Boom, boom. Hey, it's the Bennington Show. I'm Ron. Gail is out today for a Thursday wedding upstate. You'll hear her tomorrow. And we're also playing Street Jokes tomorrow. Really, really funny, crazy show. You hear both Sam Roberts and Anthony Cumia on stage. And I wish that I could tell you that they died and it went terrible, but it went great. And they're competing against Aaron Berg and Adam Ferrara. Earl Douglas sitting in today. And I don't know what name I'm allowed to call you, sir. What should we call you on the air?
Let's go back to Disco Dan, if that's all right.
I thought
with everybody.
I was told that I was told the name Disco Dan cannot be used.
No, disco is cool because people love disco.
All right, so just Disco Dan.
Yes.
But nothing else added to it.
Nothing.
No sort of job description.
No.
Now I'm going to ask you guys this question. I found out later that Chris tried to feed me bad information to get me to wreck the plane. But the listeners came in as BBC has put this out. Funniest comedy movies of all time. Now, a lot of times for me, comedy movies, they don't hold up as much. Sometimes dramas don't hold up. But this morning, I got up and I'm trying to think of what the name of this movie. It's Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. I think it's Running Scared.
Running Scared, yeah.
And now this was a comedy cop film from 1986. You would swear it was the film about, and they were best buddies. But it looks like this is two gay lovers enjoying their these guys dress and act so gay throughout this. And I'm not saying, oh, like gay, like that's not, I mean, the 80s, everybody was a gay guy.
Yeah, I mean, was that the vacation sequence when they go away?
They go to Key West, yes. And they're wearing shorts, but it's pulled up to their nuts, and they're just the most flamboyant, but they overact in every scene.
So it's gay not only in apparel, but also in, like
the way they seem together. They seem like lovers. They seem like they've taken a male lover.
Like, I think there's one scene. I shot him. No, I shot him. No, just argue about who shot him.
So, Earl, I'm going to ask you first your favorite, what you consider to be the best comedy movie of all time.
I'm going to go Blazing Saddles.
Now, Blazing Saddles, I think it is somewhere. You're on some fucking ship here, Chris. Some crazy ship. Blazing Saddles, of course. For me, Blazing Saddles does not hold up. I used to think it was explosively funny, but I look at it now, and it's because so many other things have been done since then. We're less shocked by some of the humor. At the time, it was incredibly shocking. But it played at Radio City not too long ago. I talked to Mel Brooks before it did. Place went fucking crazy. Radio City went crazy. Where's this for you?
Blazing Saddles was 20th on the list, but I haven't seen it since I was a little kid. My dad loved it.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got all the racial stuff because I was a little kid watching it.
Well, it wasn't also racial, but there was also references to old Westerns because the Western was the number one genre of film at the time. But 20 is pretty amazing because the amount of comedies that have been made. Now, I'll ask you this, Earl, because both of these came out the same year. Young Frankenstein was out that year. I believe Young Frankenstein is held up. I think it's a gorgeous movie to look at. Which is better for you, Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles?
Just for sheer subversiveness, I'm going to go Blazing Saddles. I'm still going with it.
A lot of people were saying, oh, you couldn't make that movie today. It was all Pryor was writing that, the race stuff.
Yeah, Pryor and
Mel.
Yeah, I heard somewhere that I think Mel Brooks had said that he wrote the black stuff and Pryor wrote the white stuff.
I don't know what Mel's talking about. That doesn't make sense. That seems like the worst idea ever. Disco Dan, let me just call you Disco Dan and leave it at that.
Please, yes.
What do you have for us?
So I'm going to say my favorite comedy, and it's one that's like, it's a lot of genres, but I think it's a comedy above all else, is Fargo, the movie.
Fargo.
It ends up on all those best comedy of all time lists.
I agree, but it is to me, it's more of a drama that's funny. I mean, there's murders that take place, and they're not necessarily funny murders. I mean, the opening scene is incredibly upsetting. You're watching a person run for their life.
That scene with Frances McDormand and the Asian guy,
unbelievable.
It's one of the funniest scenes ever.
It's genius. It's fucking, oh yeah? They have a good lunch there? Is it reasonable? She's unbelievable. 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. The list is the funniest comedy of all time. I'm gonna go to Vito first because Vito's knowledge goes back 7 to 8 years.
No, mine is actually Coming to America because there was like a 1 month period where every day I got home from school, it was on HBO and I watched it every day, didn't care about repeating it. I just think it's perfect. Like there's so many quotable lines. Eddie Murphy's amazing in it. Arsenio Hall's amazing.
It is very, very funny. Not even close to my favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine is Trading Places.
Trading Places. Eddie Murphy in Trading Places is absolutely fucking genius. But I may even pick 48 Hours above that and the first Beverly Hills Cop above that. So your funniest movie may be in my Eddie Murphy top 5, but I'm not even sure. the way Eddie Murphy ran the fucking 80s.
It didn't make the list. It's Coming to America.
Didn't make the list. Did any Eddie Murphy make the list?
Trading Places did make it at 74th.
Wow, that's a little low.
Yeah. Wait, is that the highest ranking movie he has, or there's just that's the only movie that's on that list?
That's the only one I see, the Eddie Murphy movie that's on this list.
That's kind of insane.
When putting these lists together, though, I think you take into consideration the critics or whoever's putting together the list that you can't like double up or triple up on too many guys, right?
I disagree 100%. You're making a list of a lot of Beatles songs are going to make the top 500 songs. And they do.
Yeah.
You know, so I would not play that game. If I was making this list, I would be saying, I'm going to go for as pure as I can. As pure as I possibly can. Ken in Rhode Island. Oh, this is my buddy. Ken, how you doing, pal? Did I lose you, Ken? Damn. Chris, all the phone lines working well?
We'll have them checked out. They were before the break.
Okay, thanks. Try this again, Ken. Craig in Madison. Craig.
Hey, I really miss Gail. Hope she's having a good time at the wedding.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while everybody needs a day off, you know?
Okay, I think it's a mad world. Just the cast alone makes it the best comedy of all time.
Well, it is an incredibly big cast of comedians, but it's a silly fucking movie. And I don't know if that kind of slapstick holds up today.
Yeah,
and that's always true, right?
Yeah, no, it was like that whole, they basically like, hey, let's empty the MGM lot or empty the Fox lot.
And we do that every once in a while. We're like, let's get as many stars in this as we can. But it doesn't mean that's the funniest thing that ever happened. Now, Ryan in Maine. Ryan.
Yes.
What do you got?
I want to say The Jerk with Steve Martin.
Now, The Jerk, very, very broad comedy. It's hard for people to remember. When it came out, it was, you know, we had never seen anything about it. And by the way, if you ever notice, when you put together these lists, the late 70s or early 80s dominates that. Because that was when the Lampoon guys, the Saturday Night Live guys, all started making movies. And
the SCTV guys.
SCTV, Mel Brooks was still, you know, putting stuff out there. So that era is kind of, you know, San Francisco 67 with people. Where's The Jerk?
99th. It just made the list.
Just made the list.
It's not very good.
It's...
I loved it as a kid.
What's that?
It's low.
Low comedy?
No, it's low on the list.
Oh, so what are you saying? Is it a good movie or not?
No, it's a good movie. It might be more deserving of 99 than 99, you know?
Well, I'm sure if you'd have made this list 10 years ago or 20 years ago, it would have been higher. But again, the Dumb and Dumbers and all that kind of shit, you know, we hadn't seen that. Steve Martin, I always feel for him because people think it's his best movie, and now he's made 80, and that was his first movie, you know? They were like, I love The Jerk. He must be like, yeah, I know.
Please stop.
Everybody loves The Jerk. One of my, I'm going to say that was the time of the Python movies. And, it's just a matter of which one do you pick to put at the top of the Python movies.
Oh, God.
What works for you, Earl?
It's either Holy Grail or Life of Brian.
I would say, yeah.
Somewhere in between. I always go back and forth.
And it seems like Life of Brian, which wasn't as big a hit, has moved up on all the critics' lists. But the Holy Grail was maybe as hard as I could laugh at a fucking movie. And I'm going to say that. Me and my buddy Berkey were in the theater tripping.
Holy shit.
Watching. We used to trip at a lot of movies. And I laughed as fucking hard as I could. And then Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong is about as hard as I laughed. Cheech and Chong is considered lowbrow comedy. It doesn't get the same love. That shit is funny as fuck.
It's so good.
All right, where are those two?
Up in Smoke doesn't appear.
That's insane.
Holy Grail is 15th.
Is Life of Brian on that list?
Life of Brian is 6th.
See?
Wow.
Life of Brian is kind of a smarter movie.
Yeah.
But and I fucking love it.
Comedy Central used to play them back to back, like in the 90s.
That must have been the greatest day of your life.
I was like, I remember the first time seeing Holy Grail, like I heard it referenced in so many places, and I was like, holy shit, this lived up to fucking all the fucking time.
I'm now just realizing as I sit here how many 70s movies I saw doing acid. There was a lot. Like from 9th grade on, it was almost every movie I saw. Really, a lot of that was 3D back. That was IMAX. All right, I'm going to tell. Of course, the phones have blown up with this, and I'm going to ask Jen now because Jen goes back 5 years with her. What do you got, darling?
Well, my favorite funny movie is Friday.
That's got to be up there and high. Now, the problem with this, it's a British thing, so I don't know if they, but Friday is a fucking, I'm not even making this up. It's a masterpiece of a movie. A masterpiece.
Friday is not on the list.
At all?
Nothing.
Oh, no.
Not even Friday, not even next Friday.
I called Chris Smokey for 12 fucking years. And when I did an Unmasked with Chris Tucker, I'm just like thinking the whole time, that fucking Smokey. He was the funniest shit. But also Cube is so funny in that
great.
fucking movie.
Everyone fucking...
his sister sleeping on her fucking hand. Debo.
Big Worm's fucking hysterical.
It's Big Perm. Sorry, Big Perm. What's Big Worm's real name? That fucking guy's
Faison Love.
He is unbelievably funny.
Playing with my
Witherspoon is the fucking dad.
Everything in that movie
comes out the bathroom. I wouldn't go in there for about 20 to 35 minutes.
20 to 35 minutes.
He's a dog catcher and he's watching a movie about a dog killing people and he's rooting for the dog catcher.
He went up.
He's a male guy.
That's my pleasure. I'm up a dog's ass all day long.
Grab a dog.
Grab a dog.
The dog guy all day.
And the mother, so mean. She makes a giant breakfast. She explains it to Cube and doesn't give him shit. By the way, and the way that I say Earl hasn't fucking aged. In that movie, he's the kid, and then all these fucking years later, he looks the same, and he's the fucking police chief or whatever.
Yeah.
When he was at NWA, how old was he?
20 tops.
If somebody said to me, one of the guys from NWA is going to be doing movies, the children, family movies, where he's taking this, I never would have believed him.
One guy in NWA is a billionaire.
Yeah. Fuck. Man, was that fucking rockumentary great?
Yeah.
It was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I think I learned more about hip-hop in that movie than I have with my own ears. You know what I mean? Like, I liked hip-hop more.
No, the West Coast, as an East Coast guy, to learn more about the West Coast.
They were more fun. They were more shooty. Dan in Iowa. Dan.
Hey, how are we doing today, Ron?
Good.
Cannonball Run.
This is what's funny. Cannonball Run, those movies were so fucking big when they came out. For some reason, people found Burt Reynolds to be hysterical.
As a kid, I was at Cannonball Run mixed up with Smokey and the Bandit.
Same thing.
But then that's why.
There's no reason for you to even work on the differences. But I would pick Smokey and the Bandit above. Cannonball Run is like Mad Mad World. It's like Wacky Racers.
Yeah.
It's like, Jordan, what's up?
So, Richard Pryor, the toy.
You know, this is a weird thing. I don't know if Richard ever got the same kind of heat on a film that he did on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only movie that was, but it was really broad. Which Way Is Up was pretty broad. He put 3 different characters.
But it's silly for him. You know what I mean?
But he always did his best work, I thought, in dramatic roles. The Lady Sings the Blues, Blue Collar.
And even though those were small movies, they weren't big, they weren't big hits.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember,
Stir Crazy, he was in, and he just walks through it. Gene Wilder gets all the laughs.
He's almost a straight guy in that movie.
Yeah. And I think it's because he was either coming off something or on, you know what I mean? You could tell his heart wasn't in it. And I fucking love that movie. But I love it for Gene Wilder. Pat in the Bronx. Pat.
Dr. Strangelove.
Well, Dr. Strangelove is...
It's a dark comedy.
It's fun. Well, it's brilliant and it's great. And Peter Sellers is amazing. I don't even know where I would put my favorite Peter Sellers. Like, you could, if you just said the funniest comedies of all time and all top 5 are Peter Sellers films, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, Pink Panther movies.
Pink Panther movies are unbelievable.
Being There is great.
Yeah, I mean, it goes on and on. Let's go to, my buddy Captain Stacy. Captain, how are you?
Oh, wonderful. You sound like $1 million today,
You too, my man. Yeah.
There's so many I want to choose from this, especially growing up in the 80s, but I got to go with Airplane.
Airplane, I wonder if people would get it as much. It was a big, broad comedy. It was like Mad Magazine came to life. People went crazy for that movie when it came out.
Because it was not, because those airplane movies, the airport movies were really huge, and then they made the parody of it.
Right.
So,
and, you got the juice on the loose, you got fucking cream.
I just loved it because I loved it as a kid. I had no idea what the airport movies were. I only learned later that it was a spoof of the fucking airport movies.
You just liked it for the endless amount of jokes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's number 7 on the list.
Number 7?
7.
That's awful high.
That's very high.
That's very high.
Strangelove is 2.
Strangelove, is going to make it as highbrow and lowbrow at the same time. Dan, what's up?
Hey, I got a couple. Raising Arizona and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
You don't get to do a couple. You get to do one. So I'm only going to go with no one's saying, hey, call up with 7 and fuck from people from the list. So Raising Arizona, and I'll let somebody else do Planes, Trains, and Automobile. Raising Arizona is probably the funniest. I mean, there's not a straight line in the fucking movie. And that thing bombed when it came out. Bombed. And it's fucking genius.
Is that a Nick Cage, Holly Hunter?
Yeah, Coen Brothers movie. I think only their second movie, Blood Simple, is, it kind of makes fun of like Texas, but it's also a pretty bloody fucking
noir.
Yeah, it is. Which they tease around a bit throughout. It's fucking just so good. It's such a fucking good movie. And George in Nebraska, what do you got?
Dan, hey Ronnie B.
Yeah.
Hey Earl, it's good to hear you again. Dan took mine. I was going to say Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. There's a scene, and I don't know why it's so funny to me, after John Candy steals his cab. They're in the airport, and Steve Martin looks over, and it's just John Candy sitting behind a taxi cab door.
There's so many great, funny scenes, heartbreaking scenes in that movie. When you watch that movie, there's Steve Martin, who was the biggest comedian of his age, totally giving the fucking film over, playing the fucking straight guy and letting John Candy do broad stuff. But then that scene where, to me, I don't know why, they're fucking up all of his stuff, and you just see Steve Martin walking across airport runways. There's giant planes. He's just so fucking furious. The number of times I've been on a fucking trip, and I'm like, this is like fucking Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Like every time I'm traveling, you give up your entire comfort zone. But then that scene that he goes back and John Candy's like he realizes.
Oh, go back to the station.
He doesn't have, and John Candy's just sitting in a fucking station. I'll fucking start sobbing.
It's fucked up. It doesn't make the list. It's not on the list.
Take that fucking list and say this is the start of World War III.
Remember that scene when Kevin Bacon drags him by his dick across the parking lot?
That isn't Kevin Bacon.
No, it is.
No, Kevin Bacon steals the cab from Steve Martin's beginning movie.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon isn't big enough to fucking punch somebody in the dick. But the thing where he fucking wakes up and the guy is saying you're going the wrong way, and then Steve Martin just goes like this. He doesn't even know where we're going. And then John Candy's like, he's doing the drinking thing. I do that to Chris all the time. Where's this? How high is it? Number 1.5?
That's nowhere on the list.
They're drunk.
Well, they're British.
Adam, what's up?
Hey guys, love the show. I love Tommy Boy. It's so rewatchable. There's a
Fat guy in a little coat. It's fucking great. And it is almost their own kind of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It's like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the child version of it.
Not on the list. Didn't make it.
God, he fucking... Brothers, get a hug! It's so fucking funny. Mike, what's up?
Yeah, I got an Animal House.
Now, Animal House, when it came out, gigantic. So much so that the next National Lampoon, like Caddyshack, was tiny compared to it. They all felt like they had a failure with Caddyshack. But now people quote Caddyshack way more than Animal House.
I do that all the time. You get nothing and like it. You know, the 10 night lines.
But Animal House, hilarious movie. They do have to take the blame for bringing frat life back. It was all but destroyed before that fucking movie.
Because like most frats were probably like the bad frat, right? Like the shit.
And still are.
Yeah. But then, that sucks.
But even if you're around the frat guys who party a lot, they're fucking annoying. They're not fun. No. Fucking fun people would never join a frat. Like, bros. Even the thing where they're fucking pouring beer on the guys, I ain't taking your fucking shit. Me and my friends didn't pour beer on each other.
Yeah, Animal House is probably most remembered for Shout at this point.
The Toga Party.
Well, I mean, John Belushi became the biggest fucking star in the country the second that movie was happened. But, what do you got?
For me?
No, not for you, motherfucker.
Animal House 47. Number 47.
That's your job here.
Got it. Understood.
You know, I know you're like, for me? Oh, my taste. Oh, they run deep. No, I do want to know your taste, but I just wanted to know where Animal House was.
Animal House 47.
Do me a favor. Where is Caddyshack on the list?
Caddyshack is 65th.
65th? Wow. I thought it'd be higher.
Where would you put Caddyshack? First?
I think they would be on line with Animal House.
Just one after another? It's like tied. You put them as a tie?
All the Lampoon movies are just in a row.
And no Friday. That's what you're telling me.
No Friday, no Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, no Tommy Boy.
No.
What about Kid and Play? Did they fucking make it?
House Party movie.
I fucking laughed. I'm always about the first of any series. That fucking first House Party movie fucking cracked me up. I'm from a small town called Fresh Off a Cop's Ass. I'm getting homesick.
So Robin Harris.
Unbelievable.
Talent.
Robin Harris, if he hadn't died, would have been the biggest comedian in the world, I believe.
What was that one? Look, you look like a damn pencil eraser.
Everything, yeah. Boy, I got a head look like a whisk broom. I spent $19,000 in this house. John, what's up?
Hey, Ron, what's going on?
Hey.
I was going to say the Pink Panther, but it's Ben Tucker, or any Peter Sellers movie, but...
I'll say this, I think the Revenge of the Pink Panther was the funniest for me.
Revenge was the funniest. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. When he was, say, that's a priceless Steinway, not anymore.
He was so... Like, you couldn't make that because French people would be... You said you had a Minky. Minky!
Yeah, Minky. Murder. Who said murder? But I was thinking used cars with Kurt Russell, and I thought it was Jack Warden. It was pretty funny back in the early '80s.
Giant flop. They spent a lot of money on that movie. Giant flop. They always say the worst thing that you can put into a comedy is money. Like any time that you have, the bigger the budget, the worse it is for a comedy.
No Pink Panther films, used cars not there either.
Oh, no
Pink Panther movies?
Not one Pink Panther movie.
Wow.
Nothing.
I hate BBC.
Yeah, they're garbage.
Shot in the dark.
What's the No, Shot in the Dark.
Nothing.
Jeff in New Orleans. Jeff.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Soft Rock Jeffries is here. Earl knows me well. What about there's something?
Soft Rock Jeffrey.
Something about Mary.
Gurian?
Something about Mary. I remember seeing that getting one of the biggest laughs I ever saw in the theater. The nuts getting caught in a zipper, which never makes me laugh. I'm just like grabbing my own nuts at the time.
Doing it now.
Yeah.
That is 81st.
What about the one where they did the bowling? It was the same guys. You know what I'm talking
Kingpin?
about? Yeah, Kingpin.
Kingpin
Does not
hilarious.
show up on the list.
No,
Bill Murray and Kingpin is the funniest shit I ever saw in my life.
I've seen where his hair
is just getting
fucking
crazier and
piece is
crazier.
fucking flopped over.
He's doing the whole, like, the victory dance. He's doing the whole...
Or the commercial in the bar. that he's-
Unbelievably funny. He's just leaning in the kid's mom's ass. Barry, what's up?
Ronnie, how you doing? I gotta go vacation. Vacation's got to be on there.
Not on the list.
Vacation. Did Fletch make it? Is this like a total anti-Chevy Chase?
No Fletch.
But the Christmas one, Christmas Vacation.
There is nothing.
There's vacation.
There's not even another comedy that isn't Vacation with Vacation in the title that isn't on this list. The word vacation doesn't even show up. Nothing.
That
hell
shit
is on
crazy.
this list?
Yeah, I know. What is this fucking, what's on there? Goodfellas?
Goodfellas not on the list.
I left my ass off of Goodfellas. It's the Bennington Show. Gail out today. She's at an upstate midday wedding. So I've been taking care of Birdie. That dog is the best dog ever. There's something about, like, not always owning a dog, but having it every once in a while that's, like, the best. Like, I enjoyed walking the dog last night. I enjoyed picking up the poop. I'm going, you know what? I'm going to keep this city clean.
Dogs are fun to be around.
Now you're a dog person now.
Oh yeah, my girlfriend has a dog.
Oh,
Well, it's
Big
nice-
Bad Bill is sweet. William now.
It's nice hanging out with a dog.
Look, Cyndi Lauper's walking by.
This looks great.
She looks fucking fantastic.
Oh shit.
Is that her and Leeds making out?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I saw it.
Well, it's going far, Steve Leeds. Handsy.
Like you're saying, Sway and Cyndi Lauper and Leeds, the three biggest fucking thing in MTV history. Because Leeds was at MTV. I think he was the overnight fucking VJ. Hey, it's Steve Leeds.
That would have been fucking amazing.
Hi, this is Steve Leeds. That act I wanted to book did not come in.
So I guess we're going to play some music videos.
And he was holding a baby and it was Liam. Liam used to be so much more fun.
Oh, he's
till he moved in with Leeds.
Sticking the mud now.
Yeah, he is.
Just running around.
All right, they're writing in that 250 critiques from all over the world was part of this list. Here is Eric in Chicago. Eric, funniest movie.
Yep. How about Billy Madison?
I'm going to probably say no. But
not on the list.
Makes me laugh, though. He looks so young now when you look at it. He's like a baby.
Yeah.
Like a funny infant. Chris in Texas.
The Big Lebowski, Ron.
Big Lebowski has kind of been ruined for me by people who like Big Lebowski, but I watched it not too long ago, and it's fucking genius. But the fact that people who don't know funny movies sit around and talk about Big Lebowski all the time, I hate it.
Or don't know the Coen Brothers, just know that movie. It's fucking annoying.
And if you even say Coen Brothers, then they're like, what?
Also, it's hard to watch with other people because you're going to have some, like, dickhead quoting it the whole time.
I don't have roommates, so I'm fine. You, on the other hand, you live with 18 people.
That's true.
You sleep with a guy, right?
Yeah, I got 3 to a bed.
Like the Stooges.
Ankle to head.
Why? Just fucking go face to face.
Because I don't
All right,
want...
I'm gonna give you some here because I think the Marx Brothers films are the funniest shit ever. What do you? I'm gonna say Duck Soup or Horse Feathers at the top.
Duck Soup is 5th.
Watch Marx Brothers films. So fucking funny. You have the fastest, best fucking comedian of all time. And his brother is the best physical comedian of all time. And then the third brother just does racist Italian stuff.
Which is great.
That makes no sense to our modern ear. He's not even making fun of the kind of Italians we knew. He's making fun of some fresh off the boat Italian that we've never been around in our life. Where's Duck Soup?
Duck Soup is 5th.
And any other Marx Brothers in there? Night at the Opera?
Night at the Opera is 39th.
What are all the fucking Marx Brothers?
I'm not. Horsefeather isn't on here.
Horsefeather, he says.
God, Groucho was the lines that were coming out. They were so rapid fire.
They also he had the best playwrights in the world writing those things. They were just hilarious. Chuck, Boston, Chuck.
How about Porky's?
It was very funny. I was thinking about Porky's the other day. There had to be 5 Porky's movies that came out in the 80s, right? And I don't think one of those kids went on to have any kind of career outside of. That's what I was thinking of. Movies that were big that no one ever really worked outside of that franchise. Porky's didn't make anything.
Porky's did not make the list.
Yeah.
Not 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Well, that same director did that Christmas movie that's on every single year. That the little kids are having the Chicago Christmas.
Christmas Story?
Yeah.
Christmas Story is, I don't believe it's on the list. No Christmas movies.
Yeah, but that's a comedy. You know, there's not Jesus or, you know what I mean? It's just a comedy that takes place at Christmas. They didn't even learn like a proper lesson of Christmas love. You stopped being a Christian, huh, Earl? That's interesting.
Not at all.
You go to church every week?
Yeah. Still go. I'm an ordained deacon.
Deacon Blues, they call you. So what do you do as a deacon?
You basically assist the pastor in whatever he needs. Basically, you're like a right-hand man.
Really?
Person.
So he'll go like this. Earl, give me a cup of coffee. I'm about to do my thing. What does he need? What's this fucking guy need all the time? Do it yourself. You're the pastor, not me. That's what I'd be saying if I was the deacon.
You know, communion. We do communion.
Great. You should come in here and do communion with us one day. You don't even have a confession first, right?
No, we don't do the confession.
Then your communion is null and void. It's no different than if you were handing out crackers. You have to be a pure vessel before you can take communion.
We got Catholic Protestant.
Yeah. Oh, even the Protestants don't accept you, Earl. That's the sad thing. No, there's no National Lampoon Christmas vacations. None of the vacations. Keith, Kansas, what's up?
Any which way but loose with Clint Eastwood and Clyde the orangutan.
First of all, that movie was gigantic. That's what I'm saying. Just like some of those other weird fucking Southern comedy / car films.
My dad wasn't that like Clint's biggest movie?
It was gigantic. And the two things, he traveled around with an orangutan for no apparent reason and bare-fisted prize fighter. That whole thing is nuts.
Got an interesting life.
Did it make the list?
Did not make the list. Not there.
You got the biggest job of all here, Chris, as list guy.
I'm listing everything. It's not there.
Did we do yours?
We have not done mine.
All right, I want to do yours.
Okay. I just rewatched it recently, and I forgot how funny it was, but Old School, I think, could be the funniest movie. I mean, it's just so fucking funny.
Well, I'm going to say this about Old School. You got the wise guy. It's a wise guy comedy, a kind of a Bill Murray comedy. It's also a rom-com. Luke is just in a romantic comedy. And you've got the gross out, slapstick comedy with Will Ferrell. There's 3 different comedies take place in one comedy. How high is it on the list, Chris?
It is not on the list at all.
Are the Vegas movies on the list? The
98 had a Hangover.
Come on.
That's rough.
And Old School doesn't make it. It's fucked up.
Easy, dude. Okay, seriously, you can't take this to where all of a sudden fucking Shoeless Joe's not in the Hall of Fame. Your day can't be ruined.
Seems like Old School's blackballed.
We haven't hit the number 1 comedy, right?
No, we have not.
I'll say that. That's impossible. That we haven't picked the number 1 comedy. Let me go to my 2 interns. Justin is number 1. Justin, you got a plug too. You're doing a gig. Chris didn't tell me a word about it. Justin told me in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll be performing August 31st at 10:30 at the Comedy Works in Montreal. And it's for the show Stand Up Story Slam, and it's $5 for students.
Now, you're doing a stand-up story?
Yeah, I'm just telling a bunch of stories.
What's it going to be about?
Definitely my childhood and all the weird things I experienced. And just,
man, I wish I could be up there for that. That's good.
Yeah.
You wanted to do a shout-out, too?
Yeah, to my brother. He's currently doing a 9-hour drive back down to Montreal.
Is it an older brother or younger brother?
Older brother, yeah. And he's with his girlfriend. So, hey, Travis. Hey, Claudia. Miss you guys.
What's this? What's Claudia like? We saw your chick. She's unbelievable. What's your brother's chick like?
Oh, yeah. She takes care of herself as well. She's Italian, good-looking Italian girl.
Nice. You and your brother just crushing it.
Yeah.
All right, what's your funniest movie of all time?
I'm going to go Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber made me fucking laugh my ass off.
Not on the list. Not there.
Chris, what are you telling me, man?
I'm telling you this.
First, no old school.
Yeah, no old school.
Now this.
No planes, trains, and automobiles. No Dumb and Dumber.
Let me tell you, 250 critics that don't know their ass from their fucking tits have put this list together.
Garbage scumbags.
I'm hating this list.
Yeah, it's not a good list.
This might be the worst day of my life right now. Now, here's Spencer Berger.
Yes, sir.
Spencer Berger ending up his internship. So we had such a fast summer.
Yeah.
What is your number one comedy of all time?
Well, first of all, I just want to say Justin stole my movie.
Oh,
intern beef. Okay, I would say that my favorite, funniest movie of all time would be all the Harold and Kumar movies.
All of them put together.
I would say yes.
All right, so let's see where that is on the list.
Not there.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's a bummer.
Harold and Maude's there, but not Harold and Kumar.
Oh, I love Harold and Maude. All right, Chris, let's count us down from 10 up.
All right. Number 10, The General, with Clyde Bruckman and Buster Keaton.
I didn't know we were going back that far.
Yeah, 1926.
I like to be able to fucking hear my comedies.
9, Spinal Tap.
That's very high and very beloved, and I'm embarrassed I didn't think of it. I didn't think of any of the Christopher guests. That's embarrassing.
8 is Playtime by Jacques Tati from 1967.
Come on.
Just fucking work with me, Chris.
Try it. These fucking 250 scumbags.
7.
7's Airplane. 6, Life of Brian. 5, Duck Soup. 4 is Groundhog's Day.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, see, here's the thing. Groundhog's Day is a better film than a lot of these films, but doesn't have the amount of laughs that a lot of the films. So that's the problem that you run into comedy. Do you want it to be about something? And Groundhog's Day is. It's like a fucking, a Buddhist fucking poem played out in front of you, but it doesn't have the same amount of laughs that The Jerk has in it.
No, it just doesn't.
Which is about nothing. All right, next.
Number 3, Annie Hall.
Man, I never brought up Woody Allen. I'm embarrassed of myself. And you know what? Make this 250 fucking one scumbags, because I belong there.
No, you don't. Number 2, Dr. Strangelove.
What the hell is number 1?
Number 1, Billy Wilder's Some Like It Hot.
Man, I forgot that I never can include it from my own personal, but anytime a critic has to say, they always pick Billy. Oh, how they fucking love Billy Wilder. It's a funny film. It's not a hilarious film.
I think The Apartment's kind of funnier.
The Apartment is sad, I thought.
Well, I thought it was funny how much he was paying for rent in that fucking, for that.
That's not a joke, though.
Kiss Me Stupid's pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Dean Martin's basically playing himself.
Yeah.
Not there.
I was going to say Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis partners, where Jerry is a fucking, he basically is Donald Trump Jr. who goes out west with Dean Martin, the Italian fucking cowboy.
Not there.
Of course it's not there.
Didn't show up, Ron.
Wait,
now you want to keep the list. Now that I'm fucking around.
No Nutty Professor in the top 10?
2 Nutty Professors should be there.
Nutty Professor 73rd on the list.
Which Nutty Professor?
Jerry Lewis.
And that other one's fucking funny, though. when they tear down everything that crowd work is, and Murphy and Chappelle.
So
so you find people. Fucking so funny. You're on your way. Eddie Murphy is much funnier than people give him credit for. They decided he's just a weirdo.
Do you think he's kind of not trying anymore?
It's hard to be funny when you have $1 billion. You know what I mean?
People do it.
Who?
Seinfeld, he's still funny. He's got all the money in the world.
Guess
Funny
what?
guy.
You just made my point. All right, we're going to break here.
Thanks, Dan.
We'll be right back. Bennington. It's the Bennington Show. Tomorrow, Street Jokes with Sam Roberts and Anthony Cumia. On stage, you can hear those guys perform, and they both were incredible. It was a really, really fun night. Up on the iBank today, this is my favorite comedy story of the year, that the Cellar refurbished and built out the kitchen. So they moved the comics table apparently only 33 inches. The comedians have been rioting like someone took down their Southern fucking general thing. And they're now going to spend 20 G's to move everything back so the comedians can get their table in the exact same spot that it's always been.
They only moved it how far?
33 inches, according to Noam. It's up on the iBank. It's a hilarious story. And as somebody who has to deal with comedians almost every day, this is the stuff they worry about. In the meantime, they show up late every single time they have to do anything. I was at Anthony's show the other day when Artie was being introduced as his new co-host, and Artie was close to an hour late. And 3 of the comedians, Voss, Bobby Kelly, and Nick DiPaolo, we were all going to do like this bit where it's to tell the truth, and we'd all be standing up, and only me and Norton showed up. And the new guy was an hour late. That's comedians. So go over and read this story. It's so funny to see who got pissed. And Chris Rock said, this place is over. Because the table was moved.
Yeah.
This place is donezo. Spencer Berger is going to come in for his last Spencer Berger 5s. Bring him all the way in. This is the last one that he'll be doing ever. And it's become the biggest segment in the history
Everyone loves
of the Bennington Show.
He's a fast runner, Spencer.
Yeah, he's a very fast runner. Spencer Berger, what do you...
Spencer!
Spencer, what did you bring?
I brought Mangolia's cupcakes.
Mangolia's cupcakes.
Mangolia.
Yeah. Well, open that up, Earl.
I got a variety of flavors.
Yeah, you always bring a
variety.
cupcake for your last day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is there something in there for Earl? Watermelon?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It toppled over.
No.
Oh, Spencer. Spencer, no.
You know
Now
what?
hang on, there's like 3 that did not topple over.
Oh, I don't
These
know how
are
many.
fine. These are fine.
They're fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Guess what? The flavors survived.
Yes,
They
you're
survived
right.
the crash. It's like the new Miracle on the Hudson.
Spencer gets a big laugh.
Yeah, Spencer. But hey, you can try a wide variety of different flavors now, so that should be a good thing.
I like variety.
Earl, you might like this flavor. It's grape soda.
No.
What? I thought that was your favorite.
No.
Just try it.
I always wonder, where did that start?
What, with grape soda?
Spencer, thanks for reorganizing them. Now, I gotta make a choice here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I'll go for the first one. I'll have the chocolate one.
Nice.
All right,
But
good.
I picked a variety of different flavors here, so feel free to dig in now.
Oh, we will.
Good, yeah.
Chris, what would you like?
I mean, this is surprising.
There's a tobacco flavor.
Ooh, oh, please. Is there a tobacco and alcohol flavor? Whiskey fucking cupcake.
Chris is going to Paris next week in the white version of N-Words in Paris.
No.
You know, like that song? I love that song.
It sounds awesome. We're playing it constantly while I'm there. It's okay, I'm from America. I could say this.
I will be watching all next week for terrorist attacks.
Jesus Christ. It's happened in every country around them. There's been something in the past 2 weeks. They just stopped something in, I think, I can't remember. Germany, they just stopped an attack.
And what are we doing? Complete construction here for next week? This place has gotten so dangerous.
Yeah, there's an entire half of the floor that's under construction. There's exposed wire literally everywhere.
But on the other side, it's just as much, Chris.
Yeah, and there's also stuff being worked on too. It's just nonstop. And then, so we think that it's just going to be contractors in here all week long just trying to build this thing out because...
Is no one live next week? We've got a lot of new content. We're doing Perfect Song, which I've always wanted to get Earl on.
And that's going to be airing Monday through Thursday of next week. And then we'll be giving out prizes all week long. So you listen and you can win stuff signed by Aerosmith, Rufus Wainwright, the Pixies, and the Spin Doctors.
Wow.
All week long you'll be winning prizes.
Spencer, this is the 5. Spencer's
this
5
is my
is
last
the last
day.
one.
All right.
But Spencer hopes to be doing a show at the University of Connecticut, right?
Yes, I'm going to look into that. Right when the involvement fair comes out, I'm going to sign up.
Good.
And
I don't know what that means, but
I'm going to sign up for it.
Sounds positive.
Or apply for it. And
some kind of fair?
There's an involvement fair that has a list of different clubs throughout the university, and the radio station, I think, is listed for one of them.
You guys sign up, Spencer. For us.
I'll sign up for all of you.
That's great.
Gonna join the circus club?
I don't think so.
They have all these cool clubs at big state universities.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll probably join the circus club.
Pirate club. Sorry, go ahead.
Spencer, what is your top 5? Your last top
All right.
5
Here's my last top 5 list of the season.
All systems are go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Spencer Burger Comedy Countdown. Okay, I would like to welcome you all to my last countdown for the season. So what is up, y'all? If everyone knows one thing about me, Spencer Burger, it is that I love black comedy. Because of that, I have put together this dope-ass list of my top 5 favorite black comedians of all time. Now, I have an important question to ask every single one of you in here. Y'all ready for this?
Really long.
All right. I actually should have told you this a while ago. That's actually one of the intros at the UConn basketball game.
Now, here's what
that's one of the intro songs.
Yeah. Here's what I love. You turn around, you give the thing to your guy, Vito, and he wasn't even looking. Vito was just looking up, seriously looking off into the sun, wondering if there was going to be another eclipse today. You missed it, Vito.
Yeah, I got distracted by something back here, and I failed.
Did somebody roll a ball?
Was there a cheeseburger?
Was it a chick?
Oh! Damn it! Vito single! It doesn't have a woman. Yeah, nothing.
It's so lonely.
Okay.
Y'all ready for this?
All right. Let's get down to business here. So, I'm gonna do number 5, number 4, and once we get to 3, we'll give it a try, but once we get there, I'll let you know. So, starting with number 5, we got Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Thunderdome.
Yep. So, how can I make a list of my favorite black comedians without including the GOAT, Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey slays audiences left and right, whether it be on the original Kings of Comedy tour, hosting the Thunderdome, or giving us a non-stop throw ride of laughter on Family Feud.
Steve Harvey's pretty great.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's awesome.
Earl's named after him.
Okay. Okay. Number 4.
Yeah.
We got Bruce.
Bruce?
Yep. Bruce. So how could I not include Bruce on this list? I love a big man wearing a big suit telling big jokes. Bruce is, as your boy Spencer Burger likes to put it, he's the comedian so great that they had to name him twice. My man has been in some movies that can only be classified as fresh to death. Movies as fly as Who's Your Caddy and XXX State of the Union.
Hell yeah. Which one's your favorite, Earl? Who's Your Caddy?
No.
You never seen it?
It's good.
It's a little too good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's keep this soul train chugging along.
Okay.
All right, we got number 3. Do you want to give it a try or do you want to wait it out?
No, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to say pig meat.
Nope.
That was Earl's favorite comic of all time.
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Hannibal Buress, is he on the list?
Sorry,
That's a
not
good
on
call.
the list.
Come on, how?
Kevin Hart.
Nope.
Monroe Martin?
All right, should I cut to the chase?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to cut to the
Like
chase.
we bored you.
An idiot.
Number 3 is Rodman.
Oh.
So Rodman is out here repping the ATL, or as it is best called, Hotlanta. Your man out there has won Last Comic Standing Season 8.
Yes.
That is some serious street credits on its own, so it was an easy choice for Rodman to come in the middle parts of this here list.
Good. Yeah, that's a good name. Rodman's good. Now, number 2?
Number 2, give it a try or not?
I am going to give it a try. I'm going to say the guy that I think is the next big thing, Derek Gaines.
Nope.
Earl? Pig meat?
Godfrey Cambridge.
Well, it does have to do with meat, though. It's a nickname of him.
What is it?
Do you know who it is? Or okay, it is Alonzo Hamburger Jones.
I'm not even familiar.
Yep.
What's Alonzo Hamburger known for?
He's my boy for life, and he actually and as you know, I like him because I actually love hamburgers, and I eat them every morning, afternoon, and at night. So when I'm looking for some comedy that suits my wants and desires, it is none other than Alonzo Hamburger Jones, the man who was smart enough to throw in hamburgers after every punchline, and that is some revolutionary shit, y'all.
Now, why does he says hamburgers after his punchline?
Pretty much, yep, he does. Because I guess he's a hamburger addict.
All right, because
whatever you'd want to call him.
Burger and he's Hamburger Jones. Do we have any just jokes? I want to hear him throw in hamburger after.
Here's Hamburger Jones.
Do we know if he says hamburger here?
I believe, yes, he says hamburger here.
He says hamburger there.
They're yelling hamburger.
They love him.
Yeah, without saying a word.
Hamburger. Halloween?
I am
like a hamburger on to deliver mail or something. What's up with you? You overweight. That's your problem. Can't take a joke? I know you take an order of fries right by now, couldn't you? Hamburger. Look at his feet. Feet so big as Nike spelled Nickelodeon. Look at that. Hamburger. You give me a bad name. Take that.
Hold on. So he just says hamburger for no reason.
In between jokes, he'll say hamburger.
That's good.
It's like he connects it. He connects every joke to say hamburger to make his. I guess he makes his stand-up comedian popular.
Yeah, he does make his.
He has a lot of great comedic skills.
He does. All right, so now we're going to number 1.
Okay, so all right, my guys.
Do we guess or what do we do?
Hold on one second.
Okay, sorry.
So don't worry.
I make mistakes too.
Everybody makes mistakes. We all learn from them.
Okay.
So all right, my guys. Your man Spencer Berger has been out here throwing out names left and right, and I know what my homies out here have been thinking. Who is number 1? Who is number 1? Well, I gotta ask all my peeps out there. Y'all ready for this? And I'll do this for people who go to UConn or listening.
Yeah.
Oh. N U C O N. All right, I think I've said too much of all that stuff. Don't mean to waste my time here.
No.
Don't mean to waste my time here.
Hamburger.
Hamburger. I would like to buy the hamburger.
Yeah.
He should have been. That should have been related to maybe Pink Panther or something. I don't know.
I loved it.
Okay, so do you guys want to see who number 1 is? Do you guys want to give it a guess?
We're talking all time here. I got to say Sinbad. Sinbad.
Okay.
Cosby?
Sorry, nope.
Is it Cosby?
Nope, it's not Cosby.
What about Red Fox?
Nope.
Okay, Dick Gregory.
Okay. I'm sorry I made this all complicated.
All right, so we let you down
But here
again.
we go.
Sorry, Spencer.
Yeah.
Your number one comic on Spencer Berger's top 5 favorite black comics is, congratulations, Cat Williams.
Oh, Cat. Oh, boo-boo. Cat is my favorite.
Okay.
I've said this before. Cat Williams getting arrested, better than most people's specials.
Yep. So, how could I have a list as pimpin' as this without having the most pimpin' in all of pimpdom, Cat Williams? Never has a black comic been so incredible, so cutting, so articulate, and finely tuned as Cat Williams. Whether it be in movies that be having you laugh till you cry and yelling at the screen like Friday After the Next, stand-up specials like Let a Player Play, or he is on the front page of TMZ, Cat Williams is killing the game out here in these streets. So let's all raise a glass to the greatest black comic of all time, Cat Williams.
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams.
To Cat Williams.
Wow.
That was great, Spencer.
Thank you.
You made it a great summer, my friend. And, you know, I remember the first one time that you came in to do your 5, you said you were nervous. Now you look like you couldn't be more confident.
Hey, practice makes perfect.
It does. It does. I mean, the fact that you're better at this than Chris is kind of shocking. But you've been at this how long, Chris?
It's been 10 years since.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
That's a decade.
Yeah.
That's a decade.
Decade. You spent a little less than 1/3 of your life with me.
Holy shit.
Isn't that crazy?
That's fucking crazy.
I'll just say one thing.
What's that?
Y'all ready for this? That's my favorite thing that you do, I think. Y'all ready for this?
Yep, I like to make music.
Yeah, you do.
You don't want just like you don't want to just talk right away. You want to,
by the way,
side with music.
Who brought up Red Fox?
Dan.
That's me.
Disco.
Really one of my favorite comedians of all time. Now, I'm on Anthony's show the other day, and he's showing a Red Fox thing, and he swears to me that one of the players in the back, like an extra, is Stymie. He says it's been proven. Now, Stymie from the Little Rascals. I had no idea this. When I was a little kid, Stymie was my favorite. I would have had a Stymie poster if they sold such a thing. Because people made a big deal about a buckwheat.
Yeah.
Nowhere close to Stymie for me. But is this even true? Do you know about this?
I heard stories they were friends. And he always kind of, because Red Fox was always famous for bringing in like all his old comedy buddies from when he was working the circuit. He had Slappy White. He had Wanda Page was from that.
Yeah.
Della Reese. She was a singer, but so I
was all from the Chitlin circuit.
Yeah, you would bring when he had the show. He had Sanford and Son. He would bring them all in to let them do their thing. Man,
I got to find that out because I had no idea he was still around in the 70s. But that show Sanford and Son in the fucking 70s to me. I used to fucking laugh watching the theme song. There was a thing where Lamont, Lamont was loading a truck, and Fred just had like one little thing. He was walking out, Lamont took it off and go in the back of the truck, and I laughed every week. I thought Red Fox was as funny as you could get. And this is a thing. So Ant plays this, of course, but it was Red Fox just dropping N-bomb after N-bomb, and I swear that was not on the show. He says it was. I don't think they ever dropped the N-bomb on regular TV.
Oh, yeah, they did.
God damn it. I don't know why that seems so natural to me that I didn't find it shocking. Maybe because of my neighborhood.
There's a scene when they're in traffic court.
That's what he fucking showed me.
The traffic court scene. Where he's just like...
Play this, because Ant's show already played the other day, so I'm not fucking... This is more of an homage. Matter of fact, you'll see me and Ant on an hour next week. I'll just say live and leave it at that. All right, is this them in traffic court?
Yeah, this is a traffic court.
All right, play it loud and proud.
All right.
You swear this ran in prime time?
Ran in prime time, yeah.
Inquiry to the matter before the court.
Well, that's what's wrong with the court, Judge. A black man ain't got a chance down here.
I'm black.
Well, you the judge. That don't count. Listen, why don't you arrest some white drivers?
I do.
You do? Well, where are they? Look at all these niggas in here. Look around here. There's enough niggas in here to make a Tarzan movie.
And that's Stymie right there.
He gets a little wink at
Now, I swear to God, I don't remember that running live. Like that. And I watched Red Fox.
I think they've cut it out of the reruns.
Yeah.
But it's that, and I think Aunt Esther dropped one once.
Aunt Esther was the fun. Those two together, funniest shit I ever saw in my life. And then Grady was my favorite, and Rolo. Lamont's fucking buddy, that they were always like, man, we're bringing some ladies in if Fred's not around. And he would always come in when Lamont had the place for a minute, right? He'd come in with these chicks. God, that was a funny show. And Red Fox, this was the funny thing about him. He had to wait so long before he made it, he didn't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, they finally gave him a show when he was an old man. But he had been working, you know, in just black-only rooms for so long.
I think like 25 years or something like that.
Probably even more. God, he was funny as shit.
The coolest theme song ever.
I know, it was a great theme. By the way, they used to play this theme song when he was coming to the stage.
That's awesome.
He would go,
His time was on 3 episodes, apparently.
God damn, that breaks my heart. I had no idea. I'd have been going crazy when I was a kid. See grown-up stymie.
Well, what were the 2 cops' names?
Oh, the 2 white cops? They were like idiots.
I've seen a lot of idiot cops in different movies.
Whoa! Shit. F the police, right?
Well, in real life they're great, but it's like in Superbad. It's like in Superbad when all of a sudden they let, you know, Fogel or McLovin, they let him drink at a young age.
Yeah, they did. That was one of my favorite scenes, though.
Oh my God. One of my favorite all-time movies before I first started going to parties.
Oh, really? You didn't even go to parties then?
Back then I did, but just, it was like the very first movie that would introduce us to high school.
Right. Before that, there was nothing in movies about high school.
Depends usually, but
okay.
I don't remember.
You go to parties now? Club. What do you normally grab when you go to a party?
Usually I get a beer or sometimes tequila. Usually beers though.
Any ever weed?
Actually, I tried it once, but never doing it again. Well, it was an experience though, but it makes you hungry though.
Yeah.
That's why I get the cravings.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why in Harold and Kumar they smoked weed and all of a sudden they get those hamburgers.
That's right. Hamburgers.
I would like to buy them burger.
You get the munchies though, huh? Want to munch?
Depends.
Go grazing.
You don't go too crazy.
What are you doing? You go to a lot of parties up at UConn?
Depends usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but it's hard to get into some, but you know, on Halloween, it can get crazy and the cops come and they shut down parties.
What do you do when the cops come, run?
We get out of there.
I always run. No matter what.
Get out of there.
I run from a cop today.
Oh, yeah. It's
the thing I used to do at keg parties when they get busted, I'd be running from the cops and trying to trip another kid. So that would slow the cops down. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure,
yeah.
They would. I have get out of jail cards, but it won't work in another state.
No.
What state are you good in?
It's good in New York.
Yeah.
Come on.
Can I call you next time I'm incarcerated?
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Thanks.
Looks like you two each made a buddy today.
We've been buddies since last year.
Is that right?
True, yeah.
But except we haven't seen each other a lot this year.
I know.
This year went fast. And Disco Dan's been gone for what, weeks?
Yeah, weeks. I've just, busy.
Where you been?
A lot of work on Laugh USA, it's Channel 98. It's really, I'm ingesting a lot of great comedy for the channel. So I just, spend 8 hours a day just listening and putting it on,
Do you still ever do the stuff where you tell us what's happening around the place, or you don't do that anymore?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, that's, expressly no.
Too bad. 'Cause that was fun. That was my favorite stuff you used to do. And I get to find out what everybody's up to.
Yeah, it was great. So informative.
Yeah. Maybe Spencer could do it, Do you know what's going on around the office?
I never do.
You mean up here, like today?
No, just in general, the comings and goings.
Usually, the office is under construction though, so
true.
It's very tricky to navigate in an environment
this
like
place is like the Big Dig up in Boston. It's been going on most of my life. Jen, what are you planning on for your vacation?
I'm going to a Kendrick Lamar concert tomorrow.
Whoa!
yeah.
Oh my God.
No, is it the girls' night out, or you have a
Yeah,
young
girls.
gentleman?
Yeah, it's a girls thing.
You don't have a young gentleman in your life right now,
No young gentleman.
do you? Yeah. Is your sister dating anybody steady?
I don't know. She's been very secretive lately.
Ooh.
Oh shit, that means dude.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple dudes. Who knows?
Well, look at you. You kept your thing a secret.
Yeah.
Now it looks like you're getting her pregnant. You're going to have a baby
I'm
together.
not getting anyone pregnant.
Too bad, because you'd have a beautiful baby.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
By the way, I bring up, like, on Ant's show, like, I go, I don't have any problem. I don't even run into a lot of Mexicans in New York. I go, but there's a lot of Costa Ricans up here. I did that just for you. I gave you a little Costa Rica moment.
Nice. I like a shout out.
Hey, I'm enjoying that skinny pop.
That's from Maureen.
Maureen's got nice skinny pop here.
Hell yeah. She has cookies too in the back.
I'm supposed to be tugging on my ear to say hi, Maureen, like it was Carol Burnett. It's so nice we had this time together. That's how we should end our show every day.
And maybe should I call the station, once or twice weekly?
Dude, you're more than welcome to call anytime you want. You got the hotline?
No, I got the regular lines.
Okay. Well, we're going to give you the hotline.
Oh.
To get you directly.
I don't mind saying it's Spencer from Long Island.
Yeah. No.
I was I'm just saying hi.
No. You're going to call in like you were Hard Rock Johnny.
Hard Rock Johnny?
Part of the fucking show at all times.
Oh, okay.
Johnny's, by the way, I got a call. Everything's screwed up at the Hard Rock today because Earl's over here.
Wow.
Johnny just accidentally took a shit on the steps.
OMG.
OMG.
Have you ever seen that happen in real life? Someone taking a shit on the floor?
What do I do in show?
I've never seen that in real life, but it's like when you've seen the movie Ted, right?
Oh, yeah.
The first Ted, when Mila Kunis comes in and all of a sudden Ted is with all these known prostitutes.
Right.
Ted's with these prostitutes and all of a sudden she comes in and is like, what is that? There is a shit on my floor. And one of them, I think they were playing like a truth or dare, and one of the girls just all of a sudden shat on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Was that the dare?
That was the truth.
It could have been. They could have been the dare, but... And another part happened was, the movie and the interview, I don't know if I should say this, but it's like Kim Jong-un sharded.
Okay.
Nah.
So, dude, they're gonna nuke us now.
They're gonna nuke us. Oh.
This, you gave us a lot about the movie Ted on your last day here, Spencer.
Yep.
What was your favorite memory over the summer?
My favorite memory over the summer was, you know what? They were all pretty good vibes.
Yeah.
It's so hard to choose.
Yeah. My favorite memory of the summer, one day I came in and Chris had worked that day. Thank you, Chris. You remember that?
I remember that day.
Yeah.
It was a special day over the summer. It meant a lot to both of us, I think.
Can't believe Spencer Berger.
Or actually, my favorite part of the season was seeing Judd Apatow.
Yeah, that was great.
That was amazing.
I got a spy report here. Aaron in Fairfax.
Spy report.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie. I don't know if you guys have heard this yet or not, but Jay Thomas passed away according to the New York Daily News.
I had heard he was very, very bad. Let me see if, yeah.
I saw Tim Sabian tweet it as well.
Yeah, Jay was, worked for us here in Sirius for, quite a while. And, I had heard just yesterday that he wasn't going to make it back. So you would have thought the old Disco Dan would have had that news for us.
Dude, I'm blindsided.
Yeah. Did you ever work with him?
No, but he seemed like a really nice guy when I was around him.
No, the longtime radio guy, and for all those years did that bit on the Letterman show where he came in and threw a football at the meatball on the top of it. Told the same story every single year for like 15, 16 years.
Did TV too. He was.
Wait, was that when he threw the ball to Biff Henderson?
No, when he would throw it at the top of the meatball on the top of it.
Oh.
Man, if you look back now I remember it wasn't that long ago that they had went to when Robin Williams passed away. Since he had done that TV show, they brought up and now both of them are gone. Jay Thomas going 69 years old. 69 years old. But I remember when he passed away, Williams, Jay didn't have something nice to say. And you just saw a nice article after nice thing in the article, and then Jay gives this fucking kind of a mean little thing. But that was him, right? That was his humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty irreverent.
He always
stuff.
had a battle going with somebody.
Yeah, there was that thing with Rhea Perlman, that famous thing where I think he made fun of her on his radio show and then got fired. They killed him off on Cheers.
Oh, is that what it was?
I believe I've heard that.
His character got killed by a Zamboni because he was like, go away.
Yeah. He was asked why, if he liked working on Cheers, and he said, you try making out with Rhea Perlman every day. And then she was listening that day.
Well, she outlived Jay. Let's just say that. What's going to happen with his staff? Oh, remember who was just on, the comedian that was on the show with him?
Mooney.
Kevin.
Pollock?
No.
Kevin Mooney.
Meany.
Meany.
Kevin Meany.
Yeah.
Really, really brilliant comedian. They were doing the show every day together. Now they're both gone. Life is
in less than a
weird.
year, right? Kevin.
I think Kevin might have even been 2 years ago.
Wow.
Love that guy. Makes you think, huh, Earl? You glad black people don't age the way white people do?
Yeah, we age on the inside. Trust me. My doctor tells me all of the story.
Is he really thinking? You have sickle cell, right?
No, not
What do you
have
have?
sickle cell.
What do you have? What's bothering you?
No, I was just
You don't eat anything besides potatoes.
Oh, that's not true.
Yeah, he has white bread and potatoes.
Okay.
He's on a white diet. Get some rice.
Yeah, a little problem with the blood pressure, but I'm all right.
Oof, that kills a lot of black people. Be careful.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Two things they say, the two most dangerous things: blood pressure for black people and cops. That's the two biggest killers.
I don't know about the cops part. But
For white people, it's old age and smiling too much. It's the two at our good fortune. We smile too much at our good fortune.
Smiling is unhealthy?
Well, when you do it as much as white people do, we're just like, ha! Life has been so good. We were so lucky at our birth.
It's nonstop.
Spencer, you're a white guy. Is that your favorite race? Out of all the races?
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
What's wrong with that?
You're not supposed to say it.
Why
yeah,
not?
but we all know it. Well, just be
You
honest.
trying to trick me here? What
Yeah,
is
let's-
this?
Hey, can I tell you something?
What is this?
Let's get real for once, right? Let's get real.
OMG.
Yeah, OMG is right.
Oh, boy.
Don't yell at him. Disco Dan,
I'm
the
sorry.
office what?
No. The Office, friendly fella.
That wasn't very friendly.
That's all right. He's cool. He's still a cool guy.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Because I know he threw you for a second.
Just for a second, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I can give multiple chances.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Come on.
It's just, it's a white guilt thing, you know, you're not supposed to, you can't say that you are, supreme.
You know what?
Because
I'm
there's,
not.
there's people in this country.
There's people, what happened in Charlottesville. I mean, I should never say anything like that. You know what? Everybody should be created equal.
Thank you.
Everybody's got to be created equal.
I think that's up to God.
Yep. And my bad, I had a brain fart for a second.
No, that's all right. Don't let him get to you.
No,
like that.
it's cool. But
This is a free zone where we can all express ourselves.
Safe space.
Earl always says black power to me all the time. It doesn't bother me. And he goes, Ronnie B, black power. And I go, black power. And he goes, you can't say it. I go, why not?
Try to be inclusive, Earl.
He goes, I just don't want you to. Most of his stuff is just personal. Earl, me and you have got to, we got to make a day to spend more time together.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you know what?
Spencer,
Listen,
hold on, Spencer.
even though I may not come back, we can always keep in touch.
Dude, I would love to keep in touch.
You know what? Dan too, Vito.
Thanks.
You know what? You guys.
What about
you know,
Earl?
not only are you my supervisors, but we're a close family.
We are a close family.
You're like my second work family here.
Dude, thank you so much for saying that. That's very nice.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to be coming back here again. And, you know, this really gave me real life experience. And, you know, I've stepped out of my comfort zone.
I know you have.
Not only
That's
will this
great.
help me for a job, but it'll also help me to get better in school.
Well, that's so nice of you to say, buddy. And I was telling you before, when you got your own segment, it always, you know this, Earl, the first time you were on the air, it was kind of nerve-wracking, right?
Oh,
How did it feel for you, Dan?
Very scary. Very scary. Even in college radio, very scary.
Oh, you know what? Wait, did you go on the college radio at Binghamton?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
But, you know, this is like kind of different than that,
This
you know.
is different, but
I think
you know
more
what?
people hear this, you know,
Yeah.
so you've already done the hard part, you know.
Yeah, I know. When I first came on the air, it was very nerve-wracking, but once you get used to it, you'll be more confident and comfortable.
Well, that's really great to hear, buddy. Well, you've been, seriously, everybody gets a big kick out of you, and, you know, you're bringing the cupcakes in today. And
yeah, and I know sometimes I've made some mistakes, but even
mistakes you made a few, but then again, too few to mention.
But then I fixed it.
Yeah. I also want to say to your buddy Justin is, you're going to do some more stuff with us, but you got a gig coming up in Montreal, right?
Yeah. It's at Comedy Works, 10:30 on August 31st. So come on down. It'll be
Very funny guy. And who knows, maybe you could take over the top
Justin,
5 now.
when you'll be performing, I'll be in your mind. Hopefully listen.
Absolutely, man.
And dude, please come visit me in Connecticut.
You know what? I might just come do that, man. That sounds like fun.
If you're in the city throughout one of the breaks during Thanksgiving or whenever, please hit me up.
Yeah, you know what? I think I should come down for American Thanksgiving. I've never done it. It sounds like fun.
Another name for American Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving. You could come out to Long Island and stay with...
Or Strong Island.
Strong Island.
Ooh, yeah.
And stay with Spencer.
Oh, that would be amazing.
All right. So, again, thank you very much. Gail is back on the show tomorrow, and we're going to be doing street jokes, and then all next week, Perfect Song.
All next week's Perfect Song, we get a chance to win prizes signed by Aerosmith, Rufus Wainwright, the Pixies, and the Spin Doctors. That's all next week. We have a ton of new material. It'll be great.
All right. People are saying Stuttering John is starting a big fight with Artie on Twitter, saying he will never do an AA show ever.
Wow.
Trying to put everybody together in one big happy family, but it's hard. Spencer, take care, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
And this is the second time that he's done an internship. Dan, great to have you back on the show. It's been a while.
Thank you.
And
it was really cool to see a Spencer segment live. You know, I've only heard it. You know, it's like, you know,
Dan, when you were laughing, you know what? I thought I broke you.
Oh, you did. Well, buddy, you did.
I did. He was laughing.
I could listen to you talk about black comics all day.
And Earl, best of luck. You'll be over there
tonight.
And plug this girl that you're helping promote.
The track is called Shockwave by Sun Freaks featuring Whitney Ty.
Really attractive Whitney Ty.
Videos out on YouTube now. She has a couple of singles out on iTunes as well. So.
And Earl, and Chris, you're going to get a plate on New York One, right? You said you're owed a favor by the morning show.
I'm going to be passing this along to Hits One and letting them know this should be on the air.
Okay, good. All right, that is it for us. Spencer, thanks so much, buddy.
Thank you.
You'll hear Gail back on the show tomorrow and all through Perfect Song Week next week. And Spencer, we'll see you again
in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!